a guard, a doctor, a CEO. And you don't have to. They're just individuals. Now, obviously, in your daily life, you can be as nice as pie and you're very friendly and what have you. But when push comes to shove, when you get into a confrontation, and you will, as a human, get into a confrontation at one stage, or be it with a partner or a brother or friend, sister, or whatever, or a company as well. If you're in a job and your boss brings you into the office and it's like you're getting browbeaten, and what can you do? You poor lowly scum like yourself, just nodding and agreeing and yeah, because they have power over you. They have your wage and your ability to eat in their hand. But you don't have to, because they're just people at the end of the day. They're just other fucking people who have these magical capes on, or think they have magical capes, but they don't. So we'll play it. It gets more uncomfortable. So please,
strap in.
Yeah, and continue to add the comments, because I was the same. I found it very uncomfortable watching. I still have questions like, is this the best way to do this? Could there be a better way? And we have to keep in mind as well that it is partly entertainment as well. So the confrontation is the big thing, but at the end of it is, the educational aspect, which we'll see later, because there is a second video. It's a very long one. I will skip past parts of it, but it's a real education all around. So we'll carry on anyway and see where this guy goes.
Quite clearly, from your response, you're doing something here that's quite, I don't know, unusual, maybe?
So why are you
suspicious?
Why are you filming? And who are you? I've got a card.
Don't have a card. Do you have a card?
Yes, I do.
Does it say owner on there? Are you the owner?
I am actually the owner.
Oh, okay.
And I want to know why you're here photographing my
Right.
building.
I was back out there. Is there a reason the gate's been closed?
Uh-oh.
Is there a reason the gate's been closed?
Uh-oh. Now he's in trouble.
Oh.
This like the guy, you heard him earlier saying close the gate?
Mm-hmm.
So the gate's now closed. Now this is a case of false imprisonment, because you can't detain somebody in a building. You can't detain someone in a premises. You can't close the gate. So what initially might be seen as a trespass into their property, now this guy's being falsely imprisoned because he hasn't been asked to leave.
Right.
And they're closing the gate. He's no way of escaping now. So he's essentially trapped there. And legally, he could take a case, and civilly, for false imprisonment. But they're trying to keep him there because, his questions haven't been answered. He's still suspicious. So they want to keep him on the premises until the police arrive.
Yep.
There we go. Let's see. Fully locked.
Yeah, but you can't keep me in here.
Huh?
You can't keep me in here with the gate closed.
Like out there at the moment.
Do you know what that'll be? That's false imprisonment.
Mm-hmm.
Let me zoom into the camera just to document what's going on. So they're closing the gate on me, guys.
This is why it's important to know your fucking rights as well. Because nobody does, really. Because you don't really have to use them, because most of us just go around, day to day. Pretty law-abiding people, don't get into any sort of real trouble. And it's only the bold boys and girls who have to flex their rights, because when they get into issues with guards or they do something that isn't conventional, that you have to express or flex your rights. And we do. We have those rights for a reason. And granted, with rights, come responsibilities. But you have to know your rights, and you have to tell these people straight up. Because that guy thinks, okay, well, we have him now. Like, he can't escape. But then a quick reminder that, okay, well, this is false imprisonment. And we'll soon get a person thinking, I know if, someone said that to me, like, I'm going to panic. Oh, fuck. I don't want to be done for false imprisonment.
You do realise that that's false imprisonment. Whether you have a reason to or not.
You haven't
false
asked me to get
imprisonment.
out.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to go out?
How about when we finish our conversation,
I want to leave
will you
ID.
open the gate for me to leave when I leave?
I'm more than happy to open the gate.
Thank
I
you.
want to make
Okay.
sure.
There we go.
I want to make sure that we've at least spoken to the police so that they can get the
No.
information.
I'm asking you.
That you
If
know.
we decide to finish this conversation in 30 seconds, if I walk off now, I want to know from you that gate will open. I'll stay here and talk to you.
Yep.
I just want to know.
You're not talking to me, mate. You're not giving me any information whatsoever.
Oh, door won't open. Panic attack, look. Open the door. Open the door.
Dodgy lights as well up there.
On the phone to the cops.
She's on the phone, this one.
Mm-hmm. It's like a horror movie in there with that blinking light.
All I want to know is that if I do decide to walk off right now, you'll open the gate.
I've got to open the gate now.
Oh no, he's still looking for pen
I'll
and
happily
paper.
stay here and talk to you.
You're harassing me now.
I'm harassing you.
Yeah, you are.
You're keeping me in here.
No, you're harassing me because I don't like these cameras facing me. You've got these cameras.
So go back to work.
You photograph my staff.
Back to
you
work.
photograph inside my building.
Back to work.
You won't give me your name.
Oh.
There we go. Give me your name. Give me your details. Papers, please. And I thought he was going in to open the gate. He's not. He's going in to get a magical pen and paper. The weapons of all officialdom everywhere. No guard is complete without a notepad and a fucking pen.
Look it up. Owner of the building.
Right. How about you look at my name?
What's your name then?
What's your name? Right. I'm not happy to continue talking unless that's open. Oh, it's opening. Great.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'll stay here. I'll happily stay in here and talk to you, or right there if you prefer. Just don't appreciate the gate being locked because it's quite intimidating. You'd almost feel like you've done it so that I talk to you.
Facing a camera at my staff. You've got evidence on that.
A camera is not intimidating, but a gate closed.
The camera's very intimidating.
A gate closed is quite intimidating.
You just photograph my staff.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You've just photographed my staff. Right. Who are you?
Why did you close the gate?
Who are you? Because I don't know who you are. You could be a mass murderer. You could be anything.
Really?
That's what you do with a mass murderer, isn't it? Lock them in the building, invite them in. Come on inside, it's cold. Murderers in the warmth of 21 degrees with air conditioning. Like fucking hell. He hasn't thought it through at all.
Can't close the gate.
You are not even speaking to me now, are you?
You can't lock somebody in.
Who are you?
No, but we'll
Who are
talk.
you?
We will talk.
I'm talking.
But it's a two-way conversation. You can't say, who are you? What is? Let's start with, who are you?
I am the owner of this building.
First name?
Peter.
Okay.
Who are you?
DJ.
DJ who?
DJ. Delta Juliet, yeah? That's all you're getting, mate. I make videos on interesting buildings. Just on that building there. No issue. No, the next door. Yeah. No issue. No issue at all.
Did they speak to you?
Yes.
Did you ask them
Did I ask them?
permission to photograph their building?
No,
Did you ask them
but
permission to come onto their
I
site?
stayed on the public area.
No, you were inside our building.
She called me in.
No, you didn't. You came in here through the gate. They caught you on the cameras.
Right. I came in to find out what you do. Couldn't.
No, you came in and we put you on the cameras.
I came in to find out what you do. Couldn't.
Yeah, so just to go back to that, so
Yeah.
what he does is he doesn't just arrive and then, start, well, he did start filming. Normally what they do is they will go up to the building, knock on the door, talk to somebody in reception or security, let them know, listen, I'm here to take footage of the building, then I'm going to send the drone up and go overhead just to let you know so you don't freak out when you see me doing it outside.
Yeah.
So, they're normally informed, but the outcome is normally the same. But yeah, just to
No,
say
it's not
that.
trespassing, is it?
Mm.
Where's the private property sign?
Yes, it's trespassing. Anyone who doesn't do it is trespassing.
There's no private property signage.
No, you're trespassing.
It's not trespassing until you tell me to leave.
You're photographing our building.
Yes, I am
You're
doing
not
that.
giving me any answers.
Can we
Okay.
stop for
I
a
make them-
second on this point of trespassing? Our viewer reckons that he's just a real life troll, and that's his thing. That's what he gets off on. Also, that it's obvious that the car park is private, which is not true. This is common law. There's no presumption of privacy unless it's a fucking house, like it's somebody's abode, to use the old language. If it's not somebody's house, there's no expectation of privacy. There has to be some kind of explicit signage that says, "Don't come in here."
And even in a private property, if you're on a public space, there's still no expectation of privacy. There's been many a court case of people who've been filmed naked in their house, but it's not on the person who's filming. It's on the person who's in the house to secure their privacy because it's publicly viewable. Now, you couldn't physically go onto somebody's private property and film them through a window, but you could certainly stand on a public pathway and look in. But then it's on the homeowner to secure their own privacy. So if they put up blinds or curtains or something like that. Now, ethically, it's horribly wrong. Like, I would never look in somebody's window or with a camera. I might do it, subconsciously as you walk past a housing estate or a car. If somebody's window's wide open, you naturally just look in because it's unusual, you know. Maybe that's just me.
It just sometimes, you know, you're looking for threats or opportunities, and it sometimes that just happens to be in someone's home if it's viewable.
Yeah, around the question of a troll, is he a troll? You know, maybe. I
But
don't know. Is he doing it for shits and giggles? Maybe. But there is a bigger picture at stake here.
yeah, do
And
you want to maybe, like, I don't know, illustrate what that big picture might be? Because maybe not everyone is on board with us here.
yeah. So again, it's around flexing your rights of an individual, and to, you know, for citizens to be free to investigate what's going on, and to reach people on a human level. But really, it's about flexing your rights as an individual, because you're free to film, you're free to travel unhindered. And we have these rights. If we don't flex these rights, if we don't use them, they will vanish altogether. And there might be an argument, oh, well, why are they picking on just these poor people in industrial estates just going about their daily work? But these guys are part of the beast. You know, if these guys aren't making these, you know, telescopic lenses to kill people, essentially. So remember that, like, you know, I know it's, oh, well, it's just a piece of technology, it's just a piece of equipment, like, so it, you know, and how would they know? Like, they're not really responsible for, they're not going to pull the trigger. But they make this equipment, and there's throughout the UK, there's, you know, thousands of these sites, military defense sites, you know, ammunition sites, making bombs, everything you can fucking name. Food industry, you know, processed foods, poisoning people. But, you know, they put some sugar in there and some nuts, so they make things nice and chewy and sweet. So this is about flexing your individual rights, exposing these companies, you know, and these large multinational companies. They're the same people who are bringing in all, you know, the human trafficking with all the refugees that are coming into the country, all for profit. But, you know, good old Paddy, just keep your head down. Don't say a thing. And with this, the guy has no real vendetta against this man. He may have got a request from one of his viewers to go and visit this place. But we have to look at the bigger picture, that nobody's coming to save us. Nobody. You know, the Irish Times aren't going to, you know, stand up for your rights, the Independent, none of them. It's down to individuals on an individual basis. And it's to get past all this horseshit that we're seeing now, this confrontation, because people generally don't talk to each other on a human level. It's this level of I'm the master, you're the servant. Listen to me. Give me your name. Give me your address.
Obey.
La 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 la. Obey.
Answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to say no. And when we say no, well, then eventually we can get past this level of horseshit and have real conversations with people instead of, you know, idly chattering about the fucking weather and the football and all this kind of nonsense. We can get to the real nitty gritty, and it's to hold each other to account and be held to account as well, because it's easy to hold someone else to account. It's much more difficult to hold yourself to account. But this guy, you know, he is being aggressive. We'll agree with that. But he is an honourable man as well. So he will remain an honour. He's not there to, you know, hurt anybody physically or embarrass them, really. Now, they will be embarrassed.
They're embarrassing themselves.
Yeah,
really.
And on camera as well. So if that camera wasn't there, I can guarantee you this guy would be 100 times worse. That man would have probably been dragged into the building. But the camera holds people to account. Because when you know you're being recorded, well, then you tend to be on your best behavior. And if this is this guy's best behavior, we can only imagine what he's like in private. But like I said, the trolling element is there because, you know, it is for content as well. It has to be entertaining. It's not much fun, really, if you just walk up to a building saying, oh, hi, how are you? I sent you an email 2 weeks ago letting you know that I'm coming to do an audit on your building. If you could have everything looking nice and tidy, if you could send me on some information and, you know, give me the permission and we'll have lunch. Doesn't work. And it exposes people as well, and the power of a job over people. And like I said earlier about, you know, how the people become Nazis, it's very simple. You know, you give them a uniform or you give them a job and tell them to go do something, and they will do it unquestionably. unless people question them, you know. And this guy could have come out, you know, could have easily said, "Hi, how are you? Can we help you? What are you doing?" And then the guy would say, "Oh, I'm just making a video." You can say, "Okay, well, you know, that's fair enough. Yeah, no problem at all. Just please don't come in the building." And then you can have a nice conversation. Now, the guy filming will still push because he's looking for that interaction. But essentially, the secret here is not to react, not jump to the conclusion that it's the end of the fucking world because somebody shows up with a camera on your premises. And it's not your private home. They don't go to private homes. They wouldn't go to private homes because they're not interested in private individuals. They're interested in exposing companies, governments, and their agents and their piss poor behavior. And if we were looking at a cop, well, then everyone would go, yeah, you know, no problem. Yeah, I understand fully. But I think what makes this uncomfortable is because it's people in the business world that are being exposed. And it might seem innocuous. Oh, well, it's just some guy in a fucking building making spyware or spy equipment for the government. There's worse ones than this. Like the guys will go to car showrooms, you know, Jaguar, Mercedes, Porsche, and do the same thing. But really, it's about educating the public, especially around photography. I'm a photographer. I used to do street photography a good few years ago. And you think, like, people see you with a camera or a zoom lens, and they think you're a fucking terrorist. You may as well be carrying an AK-47 around the town. Like, people freak the fuck out, especially security guards. It's like, what are you doing? You know, you can't film here, you can't take pictures here, and then you have to get into a 20-minute argument. Well, actually, you fucking can. And if you don't have a device that actually records the whole interaction, they will try and steal your camera, pull it away from your hands, intimidate you, get it in your face, call the guards, for nothing. And because it's not a crime to film. It's not yet, anyway. It's not a crime to film. You've no expectation of privacy in a public space. Even if, you know, the guy's standing outside, he could easily stand outside the gate. That camera has a, you know, 50 times optical zoom on it, so he could, you know, stand there and zoom in on the windows. He'd still be seen because the building itself is covered in CCTV cameras because it is supposed to be a secure site, so they'll find them and they'll come out to him anyway, and they'll still have the same issue.
Yep.
It's just that he went in to get the full interaction, and that is for views, and he does make money from it. None of them are shy about saying that, you know, they make money from YouTube ads, and I'm sure companies employ them as well to actually go and audit sites because, you know, owners of good companies will want to know what their staff are doing and how they interact with the public. And it is the public that, you know, funds all this. Like it's you know, the government is supposed to be, you know, serve the people. The police are supposed to serve the people. We get into questions now about private business and that. But it's at this moment in time, the public is at the, you know, the very, very bottom of the hierarchy in almost every Western European country. It's, you know, government, officialdom, refugees, citizens. That's the hierarchy at the minute. And that won't change and will never change unless, you know, citizens start standing up for themselves. And in a couple of weeks' time, it will be me behind the camera doing this. Ooh. And it will be you behind the camera doing this. Mm-hmm. I'm kidnapping you. And we will be doing this in our own unique way. Because, you know, if we don't, who will?
Yeah.
And who wants to work in one of these buildings? Really? You know, it's a sentence. It's a real life sentence. This, you know, waste essentially the better part of your life. And like I said, there's different methods of doing this. You know, you can be very friendly, you can be very aggressive. This guy is somewhere in the middle. I like this guy because he is nice. He's very calm, very forthright, but not aggressive. This guy, you will never see him lose his cool or his temper. This guy's been assaulted numerous times. But he is a troll. He is agitating. But you have to. Because like I said before, if you don't flex your rights, well then, you know, what good are they? Just have something in an old book on a piece of paper, some legislation. Yeah, well, you know, it doesn't really mean anything because, you know, the guards don't really respect your rights. Other individuals don't really expect your rights. And, you know, you get faced with a guard who's, you know, shouting at you and demanding, you know, ID and papers, and people just, you know, sort of trained from a very young age to respect authority. And so people just fold. But you can't. You've got to stand up for yourself, as hard as it may seem, and learn to say fucking no to these people. And these are great studies because you see how this interaction goes. Like, this man won't give an inch to this guy and will turn everything back on him. Like, he's demanding his name. Come on, for fuck's sake. A cop can't do that, can't just demand your name. They do, but they can't just demand your name. But this guy thinks he has some magical power to demand this fella's name, his address, what you're doing, show me this, show me that. No, but I do get it. It's very uncomfortable. And there are questions around legality and the ethics of it. But he's not doing anything illegal. And that doesn't guarantee that he wouldn't be arrested. I've been arrested for illegal things and things that were perfectly lawful. But it's really, what the real problem is when you do flex your rights, people get very uncomfortable because they're not used to it. So we'll carry on here, Mark. Do you want to anything else to add to that?
Let me just hammer home that this is, there's no gray area. We have a listener saying that intent is taken on board by a judge. But hang on a minute. No, your intent can't just make up a crime out of nowhere. You can't be arrested for a non-crime, and then you can't then be prosecuted and brought in front of a judge for a non-crime. It's just not going to happen. It's never happened because, as fucked up as the beast is, it obeys the letter of the law. This is all perfectly legal, and I've yet to hear about an auditor who has actually been brought to the court over anything they've done.
Yeah, there are funds. Guys have been arrested. They've gone to court. The cases are, dismissed. If you do it, if you do it arse ways, you could get yourself in trouble. But these guys are well educated. They know the rights. They know the laws. There is redress. If they're, falsely arrested, well, then they can sue the particular station involved. But in this instance, it would only be trespass, and it would be a civil matter, so it would have nothing to do with the guards. And this can't be a civil matter because, who's he going to address the complaint to? Mr. No Name, the guy with the drone? Because you don't give your information. That's why you don't give your information. Because one, you've done nothing illegal. You've no requirement to give somebody your fucking name and address. You see, this guy here won't give his name and address either because, he's like, well, why would I do that? Why would I give you my information? Now you have a full list on me, and that opens yourself up to a world of fucking hurt and trouble. And let's not forget, people fucking lie. So when these people ring the cops, they're not going to ring the cops and say, oh, hey, there's just some guy outside filming. Can you send a car, please? No. People ham it up. Oh, there's a guy here, he's being very aggressive. He tried to get into the building and he won't leave. All this shit to get the guards to come there. And, the guards, it's an emergency response. So they're not supposed to be called for these kind of things. They're supposed to be dealt with civilly. But the guy isn't being particularly civil, so we will say that. But, no law has been broken here at all. So there's nothing essentially this guy can do other than demand his details and then possibly take a civil case. But it would be thrown out in an instant. It's like, well, sorry, I beg your pardon. He filmed. You had a conversation, an uncomfortable conversation. You falsely imprisoned them because you locked him in the building. And then you asked him to leave. He said he was happy to stay there, but then he followed you and walked off the property. So, no law has been broken. If you refuse to leave, well, then it's an issue of trespass. And the only person who can ask you to leave the premises is the owner. This guy has said he is the owner, but again, he hasn't proved that he is the owner either. So, that's the problem with the law. Unfortunately, it's a mess. But the whole thing beyond this is, eventually is to get to a place where there wouldn't be a need for, judges and guards and all that stuff, because we would, as individuals, be accountable and hold others to account as well, which is very uncomfortable, I have to say. It's really uncomfortable holding somebody to account or being held to account.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's much more useful,
Right. Look, we're not going to come to an agreement, everyone. On the ethics and the legalities of this. The thing is that it's being done and it proves something. It proves that some guy in a white shirt feels that he can demand the name of another citizen. So shall we carry on?
Yeah, let's carry on. We're going to have another argument now in about 2 minutes.
Interesting. I film interesting
Yeah,
buildings.
give me a name.
I've given you what?
Come up with all kinds of. You could be DJ.
Yep, I didn't have to give you that. I could have said no. I could say get back to work and I'll crack on with my work. Couldn't I?
What is your work?
I'm working right now.
Now, who would you work for?
Myself.
Self-employed. Doing what?
Filming buildings.
Why?
Why all the questions?
He doesn't want to know.
Why does it matter to you if I am filming your building? Why does it matter? I don't get it. I've came in, I got told to leave, I've left. I've been invited back in, I've came back in, I've been locked in, and then I've been let back out, and I'm back out. There's no issue there.
You film my building. You're going to destroy all this evidence, all this film.
No, this is good evidence. You just trapped me in there with that gate.
Why are you not?
Let me just check if this door's open. No, I was locked in.
That door is open.
Is it?
It's been locked.
Is it? Okay. No, it's locked. It's locked. Anyway, I need the evidence for that.
You think you're very smart, don't you?
Me?
He is.
How do I think I'm smart?
Yeah, very.
You've just locked the gate on somebody filming the building.
I don't have to do whatever I want. It's my building.
See? You see the fucking hypocrisy? I can do whatever I want. It's my building. But this guy can't do whatever he wants because it's not his building.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, that's a pretty wide berth. You know what? He can commit murder on his building. Is that what he's saying? You know, he's getting a little too in his head here. You know, and this is what people need to, realize about this encounter is that it's fundamentally fucked up, and the fucked up isn't all on this guy with the camera.
No. And this guy's now worried about the footage because he's just come to the realization. Oh,
he's
shit.
brought it up a few times now.
Yeah, I may be looking bad here, or I may look like a bit of a fucking tyrant. And again, he can't comprehend why. Like, I understand that, but why would somebody do this? Why? Like, I don't get it. Like, what? This is a hobby? That doesn't make sense. Like, and any rational individual will immediately, jump to the worst conclusion. Okay, well, they're trying to case the joint out, to steal something, a terrorist attack, anything like. Other than, okay, well, I'm just interested in this stuff. Like, it's interesting to see what's going on in these buildings. I make videos for a living. And then people go, well, how can you do that? I don't understand. Why would anybody be interested in an industrial site? But what he doesn't get, it's the interaction. That's the interesting part. And it's an income stream because these videos have views, 200, 300, 400,000 views. Some of them have 1 million views, and that's monetized. But these guys don't get it, and they won't get it because they're not actually interested in the real reason why the guy's here. It's just this guy has now committed to his idea of what's going on, and until that's confirmed in his own mind, nothing you could say will work with this man at all. Like, it's we'll carry on because we could be here till fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's carry on for a minute.
That's a crime. If you hadn't voted, yes, it is.
It's not a crime.
Yes, it is.
It's not a crime.
Okay.
Nobody's chaining you down. Nobody's stopping you from going.
False imprisonment doesn't have to be chained or something or handcuffed. False imprisonment could be where I keep you here now.
You can say whatever you like, mate.
If you felt threatened,
talk about it. Let's go. We're going to talk it down in the police station. That's fine.
Police station.
Yeah.
You really think the police are going to come here and take me away, or arrest me?
Police are very likely to do that. Yeah.
For what?
For photographing my building without
It's just silly. He knows himself that he's nothing like. It's not a crime to photograph a prison, Jesus Christ, to photograph a building without somebody's permission. It's simply not a crime.
Yeah, you could see his desperation when he looked up the road and thinking, is the cavalry coming?
Yeah, where are they? Come on, please arrive, please arrive. I'm not equipped for this at all. And he's also doing lizard tongue as well. So that's panic mode in the world of body language. He's just licking his lips and flicking his tongue in and out. Panic mode. So here's somebody anyway. Like, so maybe the van driver will help him out.
That's not a crime, Mr. Owner. Sorry, it's not a crime.
You've just poked your camera inside and photographed my stuff.
I did indeed.
That is a crime.
What crime is it?
It's photographing them without permission. You haven't got GDPR rights for them. You've photographed them. You've got no GDPR.
So is it GDPR or is it a crime? There's two different things there.
Without doubt.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, and a member of the public doesn't have to comply with GDPR rules.
No.
That's for businesses, companies. No requirement whatsoever. Citizen journalists or not, it doesn't apply. It applies to organisations, not private individuals.
All right.
Look, get back to your work.
Waiting until we get the police, until you give me enough information.
I don't have to leave. I can.
call the police off.
What have I give you?
Give me a credit card.
Give me
What?
a credit card.
Ah, the cheek.
Yeah, fuck it. I need passport, credit card, papers, bank statement, 3 forms of ID. Unreal, man.
See your name.
Are you taking the mic?
See your name.
Let me see your credit card. Come on, let's see your credit card.
They'll be with you in a minute, guy.
Careful going in there, my friend. You might be locked in. You locked me in there.
Aye.
You locked me in there.
See?
Yeah.
I've got a fucking delivery from it if I don't want it.
Is that a spy camera?
No, I've got your copy in there, mate.
Red
I
screws.
don't normally sign it if I put it in the...
They're quite high tech looking, those screws. Anyway, why do you want a credit card?
See your name.
Let me see your credit card.
I only want to see your name.
Passport.
See your
Can I
name.
see your passport?
I see your name.
Can I see your passport and I'll leave?
You don't need to. You're the one that's causing all the aggro. You're the one that's turned up here. You're the one that we're waiting for the police to turn up over.
Right, let me explain to you how it's going to work.
Go on then.
You're going to go back to work. I'm going to continue to film from here. I won't come back in. I'll stay here. I'm going to fly my drone over shortly. Aerial.
No permission to fly.
I don't need it.
Yes, you do.
I don't need it.
Yes, you do.
I'll launch it right here in front of you if you want me to.
You do not. Don't have that permission.
Don't need it. Anyway, I'm going to fly over. Aerial shot at the top. I'll go. I'm gone. I'm not waiting for the police to arrive. If they're not,
You are not done by a long way, mate.
if they're not here, I'll be leaving.
Not done by a long way.
Why is that?
Because we will have to have a discussion with the police. So
You
we
can.
understand who you are.
You can have a discussion with
and
them.
Why you were here and why you were filming my people inside. We want photographs on your system of my staff inside.
This whole conversation's recorded right now.
I don't mind.
You happy with that?
No.
Well, you won't tell me that, yeah?
Not at all.
No.
Anything you're doing, all I'm asking you for is what your name is.
Give me your credit card and I'll give you mine.
All I'm asking you for is what your name is.
So I've got some ID for you, mate. Here you are.
I'll take any strange liquids from you. Crikey. Give me a name.
Why the insult?
You really do think you're quite clever here, don't you?
Yeah, I love when people do that. What he's really saying is, I think you're really clever. And I respect you. You've bested me on every front. But I'm not going to admit that. So I'll just phrase it in a passive-aggressive way.
I came along to film the building.
Why? What reason?
I'm tired of this now. I'm bored of this conversation.
You,
Back to work, mate.
why are you recording?
You see how wonderful honesty is? Like, it's fucking amazing. Like, it cuts down so
Yeah,
much time.
I
and
know.
arguments.
This is why our dear listener, our dear critical listener, just relax your, criticisms here and just embrace the beauty of this interaction. It's masterful on this guy's part.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Like, it's stressful. Like, but I'm telling you, the truth will set you free. And if this guy was just honest about it as well, this would end in 5 minutes. All you say, look, I'm really uncomfortable. I don't know what's going on here. This is very strange. It's never happened to me before. Let's just sit down like men and discuss this, and I'll hear you out.
Yeah.
And then, and as a human being, when somebody's, bullshitting you and being honest, but the natural reaction is it's a knee-jerk reaction. It's like, oh my God, no, I'm not going to admit that I was wrong in this instance or wrong in that instance. I'll just continue arguing until one of us breaks. But yeah, so you're right, just to enjoy it, relax. And you'll watch enough of these, and you will come around eventually. I guarantee you. Or I will come to your house with a camera and a drone, and I'll publish it on YouTube until you do.
Back to work.
That's a T-shirt. Back to work, right? Fucking there. I'm like,
Not paid to stand here talking to me, are you?
I own the building.
Does that make you exempt from doing any work? Building owner. So why are you even here? If all you do is own it and do nothing else, why are you here? Right. I'm trying to say, go back to what you do.
No, what I'm asking for you is what your name is.
I'm not giving you that.
Why won't you give me your name? Very, very simple
You don't need it.
request. You have now photographed my staff.
What's your name? You haven't given me that.
You haven't given me your name.
I don't need to, do I? I'm going to continue and film the building anyway.
Why are you doing
I am here to do a job. I'm going to continue my job. I don't have my time to waste on you standing here for no reason.
Why are you filming my building?
So I'm going to go behind. I'm going to go over here, away from you. There we go. I'm going to continue to film the building.
You've got no permission to film me. I don't give you any permission to film me.
A little too late, man.
Be honest.
Right. Anyway, so the building in question. What are the flags for? Do you see the red flags on the top? I couldn't work out what they represent. Would you be able to expand on that maybe? It might help my viewers to understand more about what you do and you're not just a prison. You know? You got a credit card on you? Driving license? Do you have a driving license to drive your car? Yes. Tell me why I should give you the name and I'll give it to you.
Because you have photographed my staff
Yep.
without my permission, and you've breaking GDPR rules, and you've photographed me without my permission.
Yeah. I don't need it,
haven't
unfortunately.
photographed Yes, you do. You're not allowed to photograph me.
You don't have permission to video record me on your CCTV, but you have.
Actually, I do. As soon as you come inside the building, and you'll notice that they set so that you have to be inside the gates before we video you and get your face wrapped. We have to do that.
So you're saying that the CCTV doesn't capture past the gate?
There you go.
I understand
Can't
what
get
data
enough
controller is.
resolution. Can't get enough resolution to say who you are until you get inside.
Yep. So you're saying the CCTV doesn't capture anything outside of the
You
gate?
cannot get high enough resolution to say who you are until you get inside.
Fair enough.
Your camera that points through my front door and
Yeah.
photographs my staff.
4K it would have got, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes,
No,
indeed.
you photograph my staff without their permission.
Yeah, back to work, mate. I think.
Very intimidating to those people. They are in there intimidating right now.
All right, that's a fair point. They're intimidated. But really, intimidated by a camera when there's fucking cameras everywhere. But I think we can give that point, couldn't we? That yeah, it is pretty intimidating to have a stranger show up at your place of work, especially if you're involved in something dodgy, you know.
Yeah, it's just a weird time we live in. You know, we tell, say, our personal computers and our phones like some pretty intimate shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know, someone will walk along and say, "Hey, so what kind of porn do you jack it to?" And you're like, "What? I have privacy." No, you fucking don't.
No.
You know, it's just under what context. The human mind is frail like that, and I think. And by the way, folks, our listener said, and you know, this is okay, fair enough. He said, I think asking for the name is reasonable. Yeah, absolutely. You know what else is reasonable? Him asking the shirt guy what his name is, because they're on an equal footing. I'm sorry, there's no authority here in this situation. We're talking about two civilians having a conversation. The reason why he repeatedly asks the shirt guy for his name is to prove that point. They're on an equal footing here until the law intervenes, which, you know, I think this guy, the auditor, is kind of secretly hoping for, really, because it just makes the whole journey more interesting.
Oh yeah, if he didn't want, like this, the guy can just walk away at any fucking moment in time, you know. This guy would probably follow him half a mile down the road, you know. But he can just walk away. Right, all right, I'm done. Bye, see you. But he's not. He's staying there because he wants the police to arrive. One, for content. Two, to capture the interaction with the cops and educate the cops as well. And this guy. And you can't give this guy your name because it's not like he's turned up outside McDonald's, you know, or fucking, John Joe's Bakery. It's a government installation. So the minute he gives this guy his name, then he makes a phone call to, his boss and whatever, Department of the Military of Defense it's attached to. And then they'll come along for this guy and he'll give the guy's name to the cops the minute they arrive. So it's not going to happen. And nobody in the right mind gives out their name and address to strangers. Like, try it on the street. Walk up to somebody and demand their name and address because they're behaving in some sort of suspicious behavior, and see what happens.
And by the way, sorry, just this is an interesting point as well. Supposedly, according to the listener, he can effect citizen's arrest. No, only and I know this because I watched the Predator Hunters. Right, the only way that a citizen's arrest can actually be effected is if there is immediate danger to another person. Okay, we're talking about violent crimes here. That's the only way that you can do a citizen's arrest.
Yeah, and no offence has been committed. No law has been broken. So you can't make it a citizen's arrest if it's not an arrestable offence. There's no offence here. The only offence here is offence that's been taken because someone had the audacity to take your photo, or capture images of you, and the guy isn't being compliant. And that kills people most times when you're not compliant. Well, then it's like, oh, well, there must be a fucking reason here. And then people jump to all sorts of crazy fucking conclusions. Do it with a guard. Like, refuse to give your name and see what happens. Like, But yeah, no law's been broken. Can't make a citizen's arrest. This guy can't touch him. Like I said, he could remove him physically with minimum force from the premises if he refused to leave. If he touches his camera, well, then he's in trouble because you can't touch somebody's equipment. But you can use minimal force to remove somebody from your premises if they refuse to leave. And that's it. You can't make a citizen's arrest for trespass, like I said, unless it's aggravated trespass. And like you correctly said, if it's a serious offence, well, then by all means you can make a citizen's arrest, but you can't just go willy-nilly because, your feelings have been hurt. You can't be making yet, but, anyway.
Well, for clarity, it's if in the immediate future, this person, unless they're detained, are going to commit a crime against another person. Criminal Law Act 1997. Is this UK law or Irish law? Because we're talking about two different worlds here, and this is why the Brits can do this in their homeland, by the way, and you can't, sadly. Neither can I.
Yeah, similar laws, but it's slightly different. In Ireland, it's really you probably got two rights. That's about it. The right to comply and the right not to complain. So, the worst thing that possibly could have happened to Ireland was independence. Unfortunately, hard to say that. Let's carry on with Mr. Blair here.
I need to fly this over, and I don't want to be interrupted while I'm flying it.
I don't want you to do anything.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to fly it over.
What's your name? What are you doing?
You're not getting my name. Have you not realised that yet?
I'm not getting a name. Okay.
Of course you're not getting a name.
Why not?
Because you're exaggerating. You just tried to keep me in there.
Why are you not?
Why would I?
Why, if you were legitimate, doing a legitimate job,
Yeah.
in a legitimate way, wouldn't you give me your name?
Had you came out, different approach, and said, look, what's going on? What you doing? And not lock the gate on me. I'd have given you a bit.
No, you were already. You'll have it on video.
I would have given you a bit more.
You haven't given me anything.
I would have given you a bit
Like
more.
What would you have given me?
I would have given you a bit more about what I'm doing and why I do it.
What are you doing here?
Had you not locked me in there,
Why are you not?
had you not tried to intimidate me like that,
You
we would
used
be
the
on.
word intimidate. There's no intimidation going on. What are you doing?
If you came to
Why
my
did
property and I locked the gate like that,
you walked in, and
you would be
started
intimidated.
photographing my staff. What are you doing?
you'd have no right to lock the gate.
What are you doing?
It's false imprisonment.
My business. I can do whatever I want.
You can't break the law. Well, you can, but you have consequences.
Well, fine. You photographed my staff.
I haven't broke the law.
Yes, you have.
Which law do you think I've broken? Should we Google it?
Go on then. First of all, let's have your name.
What law do you think I've broken?
Let's have your name.
No, thank you.
It's up to the lawyers.
Back to work, mate.
You see, that's the problem. What law have you broken? I don't fucking know, but we'll arrest you anyway, and we'll figure it out after the fact. We'll find something to arrest you on.
Back to work. You're not being paid to stand out here, are you?
What are you being paid for? Exactly.
I'm being paid right now.
To do what?
So I'm making a video today on this building.
Why?
Our interaction is part of that because you've clearly made it look like you're doing something very, very
Why
suspicious in there.
Why are you doing this and who you're doing it for.
So therefore, this interaction is part of my video.
Why are you doing
So I'll get paid for this part of the video.
By who? Who are you getting paid for?
I can't tell you who pays me.
So somebody's paid you to come video
Not
my
somebody.
Yeah, he's just mind fucking him now. Like.
Yeah.
It's like, now he has to contend about shit. Who is it? Is it is it the government? What are we doing? Like yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Go on.
paid you to video my building.
I didn't say that.
You said.
So a video will go out on this building, in the public domain. It will go out, like a TV program, you could say, but not on the TV, right?
Why are you doing that?
And I will get paid for that
Why are you going to get paid for that?
because people will watch it.
Why will they pay you to watch it?
It's the crime on
Fucking
video.
hell, man.
People will definitely watch it.
What are you going to... Why you come here
Yep.
unannounced?
Yep. You're wasting time now. Back to work, mate. I need to get a track on. I have. I'm going to go over here and fly my drone away from you.
Yeah, well, you are continuing to proffer what you're doing. I don't understand why.
I'm going to launch my drone in a second here.
Why are you doing that? Launching it from my private road.
This is not your road.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Where does your road start?
My road starts from that black line over there.
The black line. All right. Let me check.
Yep, you can.
You may be right. Let me check.
You see the difference? He's willing to accept that the guy could be correct, so he'll check it out to see if the road actually belongs to this man or not.
Private road, front access until you get to that black line.
What are you saying from there? If you are right, I've got no issue flying from over there. That's fine. Let me check. You're wrong, my friend. You're wrong. Public,
I'm right.
public until there.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
I've got it on my phone.
It wasn't adopted. Private.
The Google Maps car has gone all the way to that gate.
Allowed to. It rang me. Asked, gave me permission. I gave him permission.
I don't believe you.
Yes, I did.
That's a fucking lie right there. Did you ever get a call from Google to ask permission if it's okay to drive past your house or fly over your house? No, nobody does. I'm like, no one does. And that's what people forget. It's like, oh, this, he's going to fly his drone, but the images are already there. Like, they're not live, but anyone can go onto Google Maps, any building.
Yeah, as soon as 2023, you get aerial images of places, even sensitive places like where is it, Waterford or Wexford, where they have the fucking UN stuff and
Yeah,
it's all viewable.
All viewable. It's just if it's okay for a company to do it because company would never do anything harmful, would they? It's only individuals who get up to nefarious things, not giant multinational corporations. They're the good guys,
Based on that, I'll be flying my drone from here.
You need to basically.
Based on that, I'll be flying my drone from wherever I see fit.
You're flying it without my permission.
I've got no issue flying it from past the line, just so you know. I don't mind. It's fine. I can fly over from way down there if I have to. I don't mind. I'm just saying this part of the road is in fact public.
No, it's not.
On the record it is, and I go by that, not by what you say.
You've just checked Google, see where Google.
Okay, we can check the registry.
Oh, there's nothing like an informed person. I love it. Oh,
So
reinforcements.
they're filming me now.
Oh.
So are they breaking the law as well, based on what you said?
Filming you from inside our property.
I'm harassing you. I'm on a public path, and you need to get back to work. Back to work, guys. Back to work. Back to work. Get back to work.
Look at that face. What a goon.
We're just gonna video her videoing me. All right, that's all. Is your name Karen by any chance?
Oh.
It has to be, doesn't it? But again, that could be seen as rude, but you need to put these fuckers in their place immediately because we see the hypocrisy. Like, so she feels now it's okay to film him, he can't film her.
Are you Darren? No.
That face. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the face of every poor soul who has to work in one of these places. Just distraught.
Back to work, guys. Back to work. You're saying I'm harassing you. This is quite intimidating right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk. I'm going to go over to where he tells me the road is not private.
So the end over there.
No, I've checked. This is a public road here. I've checked.
No, this isn't.
It is. I've checked. If it was, no problem. I'll go over there and fly my drone. I don't mind.
Okay,
But I have checked, and it is public until here. So, but I'm happy to move back. I'll go similar to where he is now. If you follow me there, that is harassment, my friend. Okay, so I suggest you don't do that. It's up to you what you do. You've already committed one crime today by...
Oh, you see, he took a step closer. He's trying to flex his dominance now. Just told him, don't come near me, and then takes a step forward.
Trapped in there against my will, but you opened the gate quite quickly, so I'm not going to pursue that, all right?
That's honourable, isn't it? He said he could take a case for false imprisonment, but he said, yeah, he won't. Because they did agree to open the gate and let him leave freely. So he's being honourable, and he's not going to be vexatious or frivolous and bring a case because they were good enough to open the gate. He recognises, okay, right, you made a mistake, you panicked, but you let me out, so nothing further will come from it.
Right, what's the postcode here, do you know? Tell me, are you?
The right to remain silent.
It's all right, we'll just... Fairview Road, yeah? If you're right, no problem. Ooh, it's not coming up on there. Where's the... Just so you're aware as well, how do I get a copy of that video that she's taking on the phone?
How do you know she's taking it?
What the fuck?
This is the problem with people. It's just, denial at every fucking corner. This reminds me of every argument I've ever had with anybody. Like, it's just nobody's fucking honest. Like, how do you know she's taking it? It's pretty fucking obvious, isn't it? Like, she's holding a camera, pointing it at the man, recording. But no, let's have a 20-minute conversation about how she's not recording. How could you know she's recording? Can you see that she's recording? Did you see her press record? She could be just holding the phone there or doing some exercises. It's fucking nonsense, man.
I believe she is taking a photo or a video.
Look at that face, man.
You're within your right to do that. How do I get a... Well, you have to keep it for GDPR.
Yeah, that's the difference, you see. They can't request his footage, but he can certainly request their footage because they are an organisation. They're bound by GDPR rules.
You will keep it, yes? And who do I contact for a copy of that? Would it be the... Sorry?
Contact the police.
No.
No, that's not how it works.
No. Again, they need to contact the data controller, but he won't give them any information, which again exposes the hypocrisy. I want your name, address, credit card, details about every single thing you're doing, why you're doing it here, who's making the money, who paid you to do this. Can I have contact details for your data controller? No.
No, just input.
You just did input.
Yep. And they have no information on me.
Did you ask their permission?
No. Don't need it. No, all it is, I need to know who to contact for a copy of that. Your data controller would be listed on here, but there's no...
Oh.
Oh, shit.
That's another breach. God, this guy's doing him a favour, like, fucking hell.
Yeah. Look, in the chat, our friend said, this company's a joke. And I said, yeah, thus, auditing is necessary. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
There's no contact, which is a bit naughty. Who do I contact for the data controller here?
Do you know what the building is?
He's told me it's government. That's what he told me.
Okay, well send it to the under the police station and they can send it to us.
You see the arrogance.
The police aren't even part of the government.
Yeah, but that's they
Stupid
work.
asshole.
You see, this is this idiot. Like, so this is the fucking ego involved. Like, we work for the government, therefore the police are our private security force. So we're not going to talk to the fucking filth like you or comply with GDPR rules because we are the government. talk to the police, and the police will contact us. And if we decide that we want to give you the details, we shall.
I am
And
the
you think-
law.
I am the law, exactly.
Yes.
And you'd think it would be easy to get, recordings that companies have made on you, but it's fucking not, man. You have to go to a lot of trouble to get these things and make numerous phone calls and fucking letters and emails. But they should, by right, have the information displayed, and he should be forthcoming and helpful. Well, our data controller is such and such, or if you turn the camera off, I'll be more than happy to give you the data controller's information. But it's beyond that now, because now we're involved in a battle, a battle for dominance.
Yes. Who commits the most crimes?
It doesn't work like that with data. They don't deal with GDPR. They deal with crime. GDPR is handled by you guys.
GDPR, photographing our staff.
Yeah.
Look at this fucker in the jacket. Panicked. Like every point he's raised is being fucking hammered down, and he just resorts to silence. Like,
So-
Without their permission.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
You haven't.
Were you inside the premises?
I came in when it was
Right.
open.
You know, you come in, you touch the door. And you
No,
go,
when the gate was
God.
open, it was open before,
What was your business?
to film the building today.
Why
I
did you have
walk-
to come in?
I usually walk in and let you know what I'm doing. So I've got a drone. So when I fly the drone, people see it, panic, run out, and I'm busy flying. Normally come in, say, look, I'm doing a video today, drone included. If you see it, it's,
For what purpose is the video?
and then I come back out and do it.
For what purpose is the video?
Internet. It goes out.
So is ours.
It goes out. Wait, you're saying that goes on the internet?
Who knows?
Oh my God.
I would be very
This guy, this stupid prick doesn't realize he has to keep a higher standard than Joe Blogs wandering in off the street.
yeah, company can't just post videos on YouTube. But this is the level of ignorance, Now, granted, you're in a confrontation, so you're not going to be. Well, clearly, this guy isn't in his right mind, and he's just resorted to an argument at a pub. It's like 12-year-old stuff. Well, so are you. Probably started insulting his runners now, like, oh, yeah, I better trainers than you.
very careful what you say on camera. You are being filmed right now.
That's fine.
Okay. That's
You're
fine.
being filmed. For what purpose?
Well, he just locked the gate on me. Well, one of you did.
It's our gate.
You can't keep people locked in.
It's our gate. It's my gun. I can do what I want with it. Like, you've no rights at all. I want to shoot you with my gun because it's my gun. Well, it's my gun. That's how the law works.
In there,
Mhm.
against the will.
They're our staff.
You can't keep them locked in, and you can't keep me locked
I
in.
don't think our staff would mind if they're in our building securely.
I was in there.
Securely under the
acting
threat.
Very suspicious.
Under the threat of a.
It's not a crime to
potential-
act suspiciously, is
Under the
it?
threat of a
And
potential
therefore we don't
terrorist.
understand what you're
Oh, the terrorists. There we go. The terrorists. They're terribly paranoid about terrorists in the UK, especially the police. They have the terrorist legislation in the UK, which is wildly abused. But every day, the whole country, I think, is informed about the threat level. Like we have weather warnings and fucking. So they have terrorist warnings in the UK, where it's the highest level of alert. So every day, in every cop station throughout the UK, they have the morning meetings, and the first thing on the agenda is the terrorism threat.
Like they're in a state of war.
Yeah, so they're basically going out on the street looking for terrorists. Everyone is a potential fucking terrorist, which is bizarre because I don't think there's ever been a case in the UK of a police station being attacked by terrorists. Not one. Not fucking one. Why would a terrorist attack a police station? You would blow up a financial center.
Or just people, defenseless people. Yeah.
Yeah, or political. Yeah, exactly. Citizens or a political party, like when the IRA blew up the Conservative conference, stuff like that. But police stations are fine. But every cop in the country, in the UK, paranoid about the terrorist threat, and obviously these guys in offices like this, in government installations, because they have the same meetings and the same emails. But it's okay. Leave the gates open. Let the terrorists in. Then if the terrorists do arrive, close the gate so the explosion is contained within your own building.
I've explained to you. I'm making a video today on this building. I've done that building, input. Now this
For what
building.
purpose?
For my purpose.
can't do that.
I am doing that.
You can't do that.
I am doing that. Back to work, mate. This is clearly beyond what you can understand, isn't it?
Oh! Felt it.
Oh, I have my hands raised in the air like that's the goal there. And the truth, clearly beyond his understanding. Let's see his reaction. What witty comeback?
I'm sure you're very good at what you're doing there, but when it comes to this, you've got no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's in agreement.
Because his job is to drive that shitty Nissan.
Yeah, he was hoping for a new forklift, like it's arriving today. You're ruining it. You're ruining the delivery of the forklift.
All of you, back to work. I don't get it.
Just
I'm of no threat. Have I been aggressive?
No.
I'm of no threat.
All that's happened is
You're passive aggressive, locking me in there.
you photographed our staff.
If you went into a building that could be locked and the gate shut on you, then that's
and
not
you're
our
acting
that's not our fault.
suspiciously.
So if you came to my property or where I work, and I
I
locked
wouldn't
the...
expect to go in your front door, your gate, and stay in there, would I?
If you walked in
Would I?
to where I
Would I?
work,
Would I expect to go in your gate in your property?
if you did, I wouldn't lock the gate on you. It's against the law.
You would only been invited in, and you weren't invited in.
I didn't come in the building and I didn't come in your house. There's no private property signage. Let me show my camera. There's no private property signage.
Uh-oh.
The gate was wide open. So I walked straight in, find out what you do, let you know what I'm doing.
What do we do?
No, you didn't.
You make spy equipment for the government.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
I know what you do here, all right?
Why do you say you know what we're doing?
Because I've been told. I didn't just come along with no information.
Oh, so you're here deliberately on behalf of
No, no.
somebody else?
What I've been doing these companies here,
No, that's not what you just said.
they've informed me
Oh,
what
God.
this place
Oh, what did they say?
may or may not do.
One of those employees informed you,
You
did
said
they?
you didn't even go and speak to them.
I didn't say that. I said I filmed a few
You
of
said
these.
one of them, you said one of them informed you.
I filmed-
Let's go and ask who it was.
I filmed a few of those.
We know them.
Do you?
Yeah, let's go and ask them.
I filmed many businesses here. Not this one, but the others. Filmed many
You
today.
said you filmed them.
I've done input. The one
They
next
told
door.
you what we
Why
did.
don't we just go and get...
Let's go and ask them then.
Well, we'll stay here.
Crack
We'll
on
go
then.
and-
You don't tell me
No,
who it was.
let this
I
guy
must
take
admit,
the
no,
lead.
You seem a bit agitated now. That must be true what you do. It's no big secret. Who cares? Spy equipment for the government. So what? I investigate what buildings do. I film them. I do a drone shot, and I move on to the next one. You guys locked the gate at the same time that you told me get inside the building. That's intimidating.
Didn't tell you to get inside.
You may not have. They did.
Didn't tell you to get inside.
You photographed the staff inside.
That is not illegal.
No more illegal than having your picture taken now.
That is illegal.
That's not illegal either.
That is illegal. That
You
is
taking
illegal.
my photograph or video has to be kept under GDPR for 30 days.
And so does that.
No, it does not. I'm not your corporation. I don't have a sign on there saying
No, no.
you're being filmed right now.
You photographing the staff inside is illegal. You know that as well as I do. And that's what you did. We've got evidence of that. And that's intimidating the staff. And you will not tell us who you are. You will not tell us where you are here.
In a moment,
And you're acting very suspiciously. And you're making statements and accusations. And you're stating things. And you're telling us...
sorry, what accusations have I done?
You're being paid. You told us...
It's on video, you locked the
somebody
gate.
else.
And at that point, you denied to open it and said you're going to stay here for the police to arrive.
We're waiting for the police outside the gate room.
Yeah.
But
But you do realise I can always walk away right now.
yeah, you could.
And there's nothing you can do.
Not at this point, no, you're right.
So,
We've got enough information, except we don't know who you are. It just takes an awful lot longer.
what information have you got?
Well, we got your photographs, so we don't have to go through the whole thing and track you down and...
So you think the police are going to identify somebody from a photo? If I give them your photo, they're going to know who you are? No, of course they're not. Unless you're a highly wanted man, not going to know you, are they?
They are just going to track you down.
No.
Just get the police to track you down. It's much better now. We just wait for the police to arrive, and we understand who it is,
Uh-oh.
who you are, and why you're
Are they
here.
putting sirens on for us? That would be an exaggeration if they did. Well, they have. They put sirens on for us. Shocking. Shocking.
Oh.
There we go. All right, I'm going to pause it there. I need to get a quick drink, just for a
There's
cliffhanger.
like... There's less than 2 minutes left, bro.
I know, but it's good to leave a cliffhanger.
All right, you go do that.
All right.
All right, you're listening to... well, you're watching the anti-broadcast, we can't be going out over evrn.net tonight. Just a technical hiccup. We're still learning how to do the video thing as well as the radio thing. I hope that whether you're tuned in on Twitch or YouTube, you're enjoying what you're seeing. We're looking at British auditing videos. These guys go around basically to public places, or probably not public places like this guy just learned, and he audits. He sees where can we where can we push the limits of our rights to? Do we even have rights anymore, since we don't really use them? The police certainly seem to think that we don't have rights. When it comes to it, they can get a little demandy, They can they get a bit of an ego about themselves. However, when these guys come to Ireland, that's a different fucking story. The Gardaí, they have even less respect for our rights. Because, like Morgan has touched upon earlier, we don't flex our rights. We don't use them. Every Garda seems to think that on a whim they can walk up to you and say, what's your name? Where do you live? Where are you going? I think you have to be from a certain class to, come across that attitude from a Garda in your lifetime, or just be unlucky. But it does happen. If you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, you could be harassed by a Garda, and it could even go a lot worse than that if you don't behave yourself or you don't know your rights. Because even when the Brits do come over and assert their rights around Gardaí, it's a little more hostile, but they eventually twig, hey, we can't actually do anything to these guys. Nothing is being done wrong. Right. Wow, that's a lot of... I know that the listener didn't type up all of that because it came so thick and fast. We were talking about that the company could refuse to turn over the CCTV footage because he's a troll, which, he says is an actual thing in the law. Not troll, frivolous request. I asked him to clarify, and he said, yeah, pretty much, but also repeated applications for the purpose of annoyance are also mentioned in the Act. I might look it up. That's a part of being frivolous. That's to be annoying. These guys don't make repeated applications because they make an application. They either get what they want or they take it further. You don't repeatedly apply for information from a company. I don't know who's doing that. What he pasted, presumably in the chat, from the UK, you could refuse to respond to a request if it is manifestly unfounded or excessive. What does manifestly unfounded mean? A request may be manifestly unfounded if the person clearly has no intention to exercise their right. Or I don't know I'm not going to get lost in that.
Lost in legislation?
Or someone's interpretation of legislation.
There you go.
Or the legislation of a completely different country that they don't live in. Right. So
Okay.
the video just disappeared. It isn't. Oh no, it isn't. No, it's me. It's my video that disappeared for some reason. That's weird. Oh, you know what? Because I minimized Skype. That's the problem. All right, so let's
Right,
see.
so we have this. So we have a minute here left, but there's a second video. There's a part two. So we'll continue on. Timing's terrible. I should have just let this play and then went to the second video. But yeah, so the cops arrive. So let's play. Let's see how quickly this guy gets arrested or not.
Hey, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, very well yourself.
Any reason you put the sirens on for me?
Huh?
You put the sirens on.
I'll give you
Look at him, little boy.
Yeah.
He's like 16, 17 years of age. And again, the interaction is immediately, it's like, a question, or, approach the guard first, ask them a question, or, take control as best you can. In an Irish context, that can go one of two ways. You can get hit in the head with a baton immediately, or be smuggled into the back of a car and taken away for a private beating. But thankfully, this guy has a phone, so people are, like we said, on their best behaviour when they're being filmed. And we will notice that this police officer does indeed have a camera himself. Our lads will soon have that little piece of equipment on their uniforms as well, so everything is recorded, bar the beating. But if they are recording, they're supposed to inform you immediately that they are recording. And as we just found out, it is quite intimidating, isn't it, when someone has a camera up to your face? Unless it's a cop or a member of the government or a multinational corporation.
Then you just have to obey. That's all.
Yeah. If you just obey, everything will be fine. Just comply, and there's no problem. No problem at all.
Can you go back a second?
Yeah, sure.
Because I want to hear the full interaction. Oh, geez, that's too far. But go on.
I know. Look, it's fucking.
That's you. Don't blame the tool.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Oh, yeah, it's me. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, very well yourself.
Any reason you put the sirens on for me?
Huh?
Why put the sirens on?
I'll give you special treatment. Why not?
Why?
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 Why is that not allowed? We're allowed to use the sirens, aren't we?
There's no crime.
Huh?
There's no crime.
We don't know that yet. We've only just got here, haven't we? We get deployed to a job and we don't know anything until we get here.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Oh, but I love his attitude, though. He's full of energy, and nobody's doing anything wrong yet. Just feeling it out. Yeah, perfect.
Week 2 of the job. Putting the siren on for everything. Always wanted to have, ride in the police car, put the sirens on.
Haven't developed a coke addict yet.
Yeah.
Addiction.
Yeah, no depression. Still not even married. Divorce is maybe 5-6 years ahead of him because he's never present. But he just said, like, they don't know what they're arriving to. They just get a call, go here, see what's happening, and figure it out when you get there. We don't get informed of anything.
We're getting deployed to it and we're getting told to go on a right code one response. The sirens are going to go on, aren't they?
But you must have had a report of what it is.
Huh? Somewhat so, yes.
Somewhat so. Again, it's straight on the defensive. Like, I can neither deny or confirm your very simple question. We arrive here. We're not told what it is we're arriving to. So then he asked them, well, you must have some idea. Yeah, somewhat so. And he just contradicted himself in a matter of fucking 20 seconds. We know nothing. Yeah, we have some idea what we're doing here. Let's see where he goes.
Well, that's what we're finding out at the minute.
No, but
We only get a limited amount of a report, unfortunately. Until we get to a job, we don't know the full story. So we get given a certain amount of report over the air.
So what's the report?
So until we get here, we rock up. So we've had intelligence that apparently something's going on around here.
Intelligence.
That something's going on. Right, so somewhat informed. No, hang on, because this is where I get confused, and this reminds me of every argument I've ever had with anybody. When you question someone, okay, so what's your problem? I don't know. I'm sorry, what's your problem? I have some sort of problem, and so what's your problem? I don't know again. So he's no idea what he's arriving to. Then he said it was a grade 1 response, and he's somewhat of an idea, and then it's back to I have no idea. That's why I'm here now to find out what's going on.
Figure it out.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Oh, shit. Right, we have to change to part 2.
All right.
Okay, just let me change this around. How's our chat going?
It's going. It's going to keep going. And thank you. My Twitch is twitchy, huh? I'm so funny. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because I was looking in my own OBS to see what Morgan could do to lower the
Yeah.
the load going over, so that it's easier to stream this Twitch, because supposedly it's like 5 megabytes per second constantly. But then I see this thing. On YouTube, your bit rate is 2,550 something. It's too low. It should be something like 6,800 bit rate. I mean, like, we're already kind of low,
Okay, is there anything I can do to?
No. We'll workshop this later. Sorry,
Alright.
man. But thanks for
Okay.
putting in the effort. Good to have you along. All right.
Okay, we still got video.
Yeah.
Let me just play this. Okay, perfect.
Bloody use the sirens, aren't we?
There's no crime.
Huh?
There's no crime.
We don't know that yet. We've only just got here, haven't we? We get deployed to a job and we don't know anything until we get here.
But you know what
However, we're getting deployed to it and we're getting told to go on a right code one response.
But,
Sirens are going to go on, aren't they?
but you must have had a report of what it is,
Huh? Somewhat so, yes.
which is.
Well, that's what we're finding out at the minute.
No, but
We only get a limited amount of a report, unfortunately. Until we get to a job, we don't know the full story. So we get given a certain amount of report over the air.
So what's the report?
So until we get here, we rock up. So we've had intelligence that apparently something's going on around here. We need to figure it out. So somehow we're here to figure it out, ultimately, mate. So that's it. Until we find out more, we can go from here further.
Yeah. Are you
So
recording
I'll
me,
just
yes or
find
not?
out-
Is it
I
on?
am indeed recording you, yeah. So, what's going on? Can you tell me what's going on?
Name, shoulder number?
I have to give you that.
Ooh!
Oh!
You do actually, Bob.
What? No.
Completely unprofessional. Again, butthurt from the start. He's the guy in charge here. Like, how dare he be asked for his name and ID?
A servant to the people.
Yeah, it's
Serving
quite
the
in-
people.
It's intimidating being asked for your name and details, isn't it?
Isn't it? Oh, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, you should just comply. Like, you're supposed to comply. This guy is one of your bosses. The people who pay your fucking wages. But no, you can't have my name.
A policy.
It's not a requirement. What policy?
Your policy.
What policy? The only policy we have is I will give you my name and badge number and station I'm attached to, part of a go wisely search, stop and search. I'm not stopping and searching you at the minute, so I don't have to give you anything, okay?
You have to identify to a member of the public, if that's-
I identify as a police officer. You can see I'm a police officer. My collar number is on my shoulder if you wish to obtain those details.
If somebody couldn't read
However,
it, you have to verbally say it, mate. Come
okay,
on.
I've seen a lot of you.
I don't want to get off of the wrong
videos.
foot.
I
seen a lot
know.
of you.
I completely understand where you're
Oh, he understands, and still he's being a dickhead. So we've seen some auditing videos, and he's still being a dick. He thinks he can one up him.
That's what's going on here. Actually, you know what? He got out of his car. That's why he was so full of energy. He was like, yes, let's go.
I'll show him, and he's just had his eyebrows trimmed as well by the look of it. What's going on with his fucking eyebrows, man? He's got that James Bond thing going
Metrosexual
on.
millennial. Look, dude, I don't get this, right? He refuses to identify himself to the auditor. By the way, what's the name of this auditor again?
DJE.
DJE, okay. So he refuses to identify himself because he's not conducting a search, blah, blah, blah. However, he's asking for the name of the citizen who he's not searching or investigating. This makes no fucking sense.
They're not thinking, because they don't hire for intelligence. They hire for obedience.
All right, let's go.
coming from, but I'm just telling you, I don't need to as such.
You do.
But for your requirement, I can tell you, my
Please.
collar number is 288.
Thank you very much, officer.
But that's all I've got to tell you. At
That's
this
all you can say.
No problem at all.
And I'm recording, which
There-
you've done.
There we are establishing it, aren't we? We're establishing those grounds. What's going on?
Let's
pal?
not get off on the wrong foot.
What's
right?
going on then,
Right.
pal? Go on.
I'm filming the building today.
Okay, yeah. For what purpose?
That's it.
Okay. For what purpose?
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
You
For your
just
own channel?
you just said you've seen a lot of stuff. Yeah.
What do you mean?
When I said about the shoulder number, you said, "Oh, you've seen videos, right?"
Right. Okay.
So it's a YouTube video
Okay.
on that building today.
Right. Do you know what the building this is?
Apart from he telling me it's government,
Right. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Fine.
But from here, when I arrived, the gate was open. Let me show my camera like that. It was
Yeah,
fully
yeah.
open.
Right,
So
okay.
I walked in
Yeah.
to let them know I'm going to do a video today. If you see
Right.
me out here doing it,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it is. Don't panic.
Okay, fine.
They challenged me.
Yeah.
They've locked the gate on me,
Okay.
and at one point refused to let me out.
Right, okay.
They backtracked on that quite quickly,
Okay.
so I don't want to pursue that. Fine.
Right, okay,
We
fine.
came out here to talk, and to be honest, I've tried to leave,
Yeah, yeah.
and they've acted like that guy there said he will follow me
Right,
till you
okay.
arrive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I've said, look, I've got no issue with the police arriving,
Yeah, yeah.
but I've got other buildings to film today.
Right, okay, fine.
I can't wait all day for them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to crack on soon, and then you arrived.
Fine.
That's
Right,
it, mate.
gotcha. Okay, fine, not a problem.
They seem adamant that it's illegal for me to film the building
Right, okay.
and the staff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have filmed the staff if they hadn't come out to me.
Right, okay.
I haven't gone in there trying to film them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Oh, okay, fine.
You know the score, I'm sure.
Well,
You're young enough, I think.
This is the school they've got to figure out at the end of the day, isn't it? So it doesn't matter my age either. That's
Get your fucking hands out of your pockets, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly command authority here.
No, and I think initially he took sweet wrappers out of his pocket as well, and then shifted them into the other fucking pocket.
got nothing to do with it, does
No,
it?
but
So-
you bound to have seen YouTube videos, you're bound to have seen stuff like that.
Right, okay.
People filming buildings with drones, cameras.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's all it is, mate.
Have you got a drone on you at the minute, you?
No.
You don't have a drone on you? Okay, no worries. And is it just a GoPro
I may
you
or may not have a drone on me, but I haven't flown it today.
Okay. Well,
I don't want to be awkward with you. I've got
no need to be ambiguous about it either. There you go. You
I've got a drone in the bag.
haven't you?
Haven't flown it today.
Mr. Ambiguity, you don't need to
I
be
know, right?
ambiguous.
I know, right? Yeah, we're just here because we don't know why we're here. We know why we're here, somewhat why we're here, but we have no idea why we're here. But yeah, he's not being ambiguous at all. Like, fuck, man.
Been a drone pilot for
Not that long.
Okay.
Not that long.
How long
Half a year.
half a year.
Like that.
Something you're interested in?
Yeah, it's fun.
No.
I
Yeah.
mean, these are quite boring, but like proper interesting sites.
Right,
Kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, mate. No worries. What YouTube channel do you
You've got a full kit on, mate. Are you?
Do you full kit on?
Oh,
You see the way you asked him what YouTube channel he has, and he completely ignored it. Every interaction with the guards is a fishing expedition. So say nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing, because all they're there for is to nick you for something. So information kept to an absolute minimum, nice and friendly, and really ignore their questioning if you can, and then ask a couple of questions back. It's always a good strategy.
is that a bulletproof vest or is it just a stab-proof vest? It looks
No,
pretty.
it's bulletproof and
Wow,
stuff,
man.
but bulletproof to a certain amount of millimeter.
Interesting, mate.
Ultimately, so
Cool.
shooting an assault rifle at me, it might not work as much. So,
Hello.
Hello, right.
How you doing?
Another baby.
Okay.
what she said.
Can you? Are you right? Waiting 2 seconds for me?
Can I not listen?
Yes.
Rather than not.
So I said, take it away, mate. This is not good.
I'm not. Yeah, that's fine. I can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Are those trousers morphing into fucking SS, like Nazi SS uniforms? You see the way the pocket's going to bulge out? Very reminiscent of Nazi uniforms.
Oh, Jesus.
They must be hand-me-downs. Look how baggy they are. Shoes are all
Oh,
dirty.
you know what? He peed himself and they gave him the spare pants in the station.
There you go. Look at that smug cunt. Look at him. Yeah. Now we got you because the police are here now. They're going to sort you out.
Interesting, you said you didn't have the drone on you, and then you had the drone on you.
I showed it him.
You told him you didn't have it,
Do you know why?
because you lied.
No, do you know why?
You lied.
Because when you fly a drone, say I'd have flown it here
No, hang on. He said, have you got a drone on you? You
Yeah.
said no.
at first, and then I
Why?
showed him.
Why did you say no?
Because you go by how police act to you.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
If he says
I don't
drone
have
on
to.
you-
I don't have to say I've got a drone on me at all. However, if I'd been flying it here, and you guys had said he's flown it, they have the power to check your ID on the drone and your personal ID.
Yeah, but why did you lie?
If the drone's been
Why
flown,
did you lie?
I can do what I want, mate.
It's a never run honesty.
Oh, you haven't been fucking honest at all. But fair enough. Like he has caught him on that. Like he has been dishonest. But you know, you're dealing with the police, so you don't want to fucking
Well,
incriminate yourself.
you know, it was actually our friend in the chat that brought that up. He's not being honest with the police officer, and the answer to that is he doesn't fucking have to be.
Yeah. So he said no initially, because you're dealing with a cop. Like it's fucking intimidating as fuck, man. You know, your freedom can be taken from you in an instant. Nobody's coming to help you. If those two cops decide, okay, we're going to arrest this guy, even falsely, that's it. You're done. So, and for this guy to remain so calm in this situation is incredible. Like, because I don't think most people have had, bad interactions with the police or the guards where you're being intimidated, you're being threatened, your details are being demanded. And this conversation is quite nice, but this guy knows what the cops are up to. They're always fishing. And he did lie, and that's undeniable. But then he corrected himself and said he may or may not have. But again, they've no right to ask, or, well, they can ask, but he doesn't have to respond. He can say nothing. He can say yes. As soon as he says yes, well, then they're going to start asking questions around the drone. Can we see the drone? Let's have a look at the drone. So you don't want to get yourself into a quagmire, So we could say, if it was me, I would say, I would probably say, yeah, I do have a drone. And then the question is, okay, well, can we see the drone? And then it's like, no. So it doesn't really matter, I think, in this instance, if he lies or not. If he had said yes, no, maybe, I think it's the same. But the guy is right. He did lie. Yeah. So in that sense, he hasn't remained in honor. But it's hard to remain in honor when you're dealing with dishonorable people.
With the police, you have to suss out whether you can trust them or not.
It's a level of unhonesty.
Okay.
Officer asked you out it. You said no. You showed him.
I don't have.
You lied.
So
you lied.
So me saying no and going like that.
You lied. Initially, you lied.
So what?
That's not impressive for your YouTube channel, is it?
No, but it's fucking funny.
Yeah, you lied. You told a lie, you boy. You told a lie to a policeman.
I could have just said I haven't got a drone on me. I could have said no comment. Couldn't I?
Yeah, and he could have searched you.
No power.
Of course, yes.
No power to search. For what? There has to be a crime suspect.
Look at the smug look on this con's face. Like, if ever anyone needed to be taken down a peg or two.
Listen, mate.
Don't call me mate.
I don't have to give you a name. I've committed no crime. Hello, sorry.
Hello, sorry. To be totally honest with you,
Yep.
I'm not really clued up on legislation around this sort of thing, etc.
That's fine.
My colleague's just going to call our inspector.
For what, sorry? Legislation on filming or the drone? So I haven't flown the drone here, so...
Bit of both, really.
Right.
Because either way, we'd like to get your name and stuff.
That won't be happening, I'm afraid.
Well, exactly. That's why my colleague's going to call the inspector to see what...
Yeah.
Oh my God! They literally don't know the basics!
No.
My
they know
God.
Nothing. They know fucking absolutely nothing.
All right, okay. Our friend in the chat is a few seconds behind in the video. Look, dude, right here, okay? This is all you need to know. Oh, the guy isn't being true. Well, come on. All right. Why? Why be truthful in a scenario like this? And he's been doing this long enough that he can cop when a cop is, on the up and up, what they know, what they don't know, how they're going to approach him. It's like dealing with a wild animal, Will this one eat me if I move too fast?
Yeah. And we do have, after this, we do have Irish examples as well.
Oh, God.
So
Save us.
so we will see the approach of Irish guards, who I will say are generally okay. When they have a camera pointed at their face. But we'll come to that eventually. Yeah. But this level of ignorance, it's fucking woeful, man. I don't know the training time in the UK. I know with the guards, it's 2 years before they're allowed out in the wild, But in the UK, it seems like it's a 2-week course or something equivalent to a security guard training. But they know little about legislation. And granted, these guys are, fresh off the boat. Or they look so they're very young looking, but for a trespass, and that lets us know everything, doesn't it? It doesn't matter. They care not for anybody's rights. They don't read the legislation. They don't understand the legislation. It's just a tool to get people's information, because that's all they want is, okay, give me your name, give me your details, let me run you through the database, see if you've any previous convictions. If you've any previous convictions, you're getting fucking arrested on the spot, whether or not you've actually committed a crime. And then they will pull one of the 4 pieces of legislation that they know in our context, public order, in their context, the PACE Act, anti-terrorism, and then they'll go with that, arrest you, bring you to the station, keep you there for fucking 5 hours, release you without charge, and then it's up to you whether you want to make a complaint or pursue a civil case. But they know nothing. This is woeful. This is woeful. I think the pay in the UK is something like, 10 or 11 pounds sterling an hour for a cop. It's not good enough, man. It's not fucking good enough. They're hiring dummies just to basically who are compliant and will carry out any order whatsoever. Personally, I wish for a society without police, where we would police ourselves on an individual basis and hold each other to account. But I'm not naive. We do need, still at this stage, a police force. But if we must persist with having one, well, let's get the people of the fucking highest quality into the force. And part of the training is around the fact that, people have fucking rights. You must know the legislation. You must have a grounding in humanity to begin with, and psychology, and an IQ above 80 fucking 5 would be helpful. Like, instead of sending two fucking, I'm not going to call them dummies because, I am, fuck it, two dummies to a scene, no idea what's going on until they get there. Then when they're faced with a decision to make, it's like, we've no idea. Right. And 9 times out of 10, they start Googling. So it doesn't inspire confidence in a force when they don't know what the fuck is going on.
So with the...
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not 100% sure myself.
But she is honest. Let's give her that. She is honest.
I was actually taken aback by that. That was very nice. Yeah.
That's very rare. Most people, if it was the guy, he would probably get defensive because we know men don't like to be seen not to know things. And ignorance puts men into a terrible state of affairs. It's like, well, I'm not admitting that I don't know that. I'll just make some shit up on the spot to hide my ignorance. But it seems in women, at least in this instance, and she's no problem saying that, and that has to be respected. That I think that's a good cop there.
Yep.
Let's hope that the force doesn't destroy her, but she's honest, and that's admirable. That has to be said. That is admirable.
So if there's no crimes committed, you have no entitlement to the ID in a normal situation, right? However, with the drone, if you suspect the drone has been flown or is being flown right now, you could request the operator ID from the drone, which essentially will lead to myself.
That's honest, isn't it? Isn't that honourable?
Yep.
He's actually educating the police on the spot. That, okay, I'm aware you don't know the legislation, however, I do. And now I'm telling you that if you do come across this situation again, here's how you could possibly trace somebody's details, because to fly a drone legally, it has to be registered, and that registration number will lead to the person. If and only if there is a crime being committed, well, then you would have to give those details to the guard, But if they really want your details, they will get them, because they will kidnap you and bring you to their place of work and keep you there until they find out your details. And you don't want to remain there forever. So, 99% of the people will break eventually and say, yes, well, here's my name. Because otherwise they'll just they will keep you there and beat the living daylights out of you, unfortunately, on some occasions.
But I haven't flown the drone here yet, so you're not entitled to that either.
Sorry, I know you've already spoken.
Yeah, sure, no worries.
What's your reasoning for going in and taking photos through the windows and stuff?
I didn't take them through the windows, no. So I was in the car.
That's what I've been.
Yeah, I was in the car park, walked in there to let them know what I'm doing, making a video with the camera, potentially the drone, potentially not, I don't know. On my way back out, staff have come out, said, oh, not allowed, you can't do this. I've said I can do it, but I'm going to come back out here and do it. Okay. When they've walked back in, I obviously filmed them going back in the building.
Stop playing with your rings, woman. Jesus Christ.
Sexual frustration.
I make
yeah, I was just thinking that as well. That's very suggestive, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of penetration going on here.
Oh, the poor lady. I'm sorry.
Buildings.
Okay.
So I've been down the road. There's other companies today here.
Okay.
This is the final one of the real estate.
Okay, so
and I'm going to
you've done
crack
all
on.
those ones down there today?
Not all of them, but a fair few of them, let's say. Not this one here. I missed this one out here.
You flown it today then?
Have I what, sorry?
Flown it today?
Have I flown here today?
Flown that today?
No comment on that.
You just told me you had.
No, I didn't.
Oh, look at this little rat bastard, like.
He just wants to see the guy carted off in that squad car. That's
yeah, he's listening for anything. Did you say you flew it down there? So can't they ask you for your details now?
They're doing other companies, yeah.
Look at him, Mr. fucking smug.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit windy to fly here today. It's borderline too windy. So
What makes it interesting for
you see the flags
Yeah.
and the cameras.
Yeah. So you're wondering why they've got that?
Yeah.
right?
So my videos are on places that look unusual, suspicious, that kind of thing.
How can you do that?
Make money.
Do they go on like YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make
Do you get a
YouTube
lot of money from that?
Do you make a lot of money?
She's flirting with
Yes.
the guy.
Yes. I hope he got her number.
Yeah, you make a lot of money. That sounds interesting. I might
Money?
be interested.
I like money.
Yeah, money, mystery. Yeah, I like money. Idiocracy. Yeah, she's definitely flirting with this guy, playing with her rings, penetrating her ring. This can't be part of the uniform, can it?
Yeah,
Doesn't seem
that's
like
a
this
good
would
one. Yeah, I don't think rings are safe. But hey, I don't know. It's the UK.
And the makeup as well, the eye makeup, the fucking. Yeah, you're right. It says they can have tattoos now as well, can't they? No problem. Neck tattoos, face tattoos, anything at all.
Personal, isn't it? I make enough.
Oh.
Make enough. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Okay.
that for me stood out. The flags, the cameras. Usually buildings like that can be police, they can be government, they could be other stuff that's kind of interesting for people.
Okay.
So it happens. I was down there filming another company,
Yeah.
and they said to me, "Don't go to the corner and film because it's a very suspicious place." That is.
They called it.
That for me heightened it to think, well, what do they do? And he's told me it's government. Makes sense.
Okay.
Hmm.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
But when I was in there, they locked the gate on me.
Yeah.
Gee,
Potentially there's a crime there.
hand
I
wringing,
didn't want to see that, because they opened it quite soon after I asked them to.
fixated on her hands now.
But they tried to intimidate me at first. Not this guy, he wasn't there. But that guy and the other staff, they tried to intimidate me by saying, come inside the building, come inside the door. I refused that. And at that point, the gate closed. You can understand from a normal person, it's a big gate, big fence. I felt trapped.
Okay.
But they did open it. So let's forget that. Came out here to talk, and he's adamant that I'm breaking the law by filming the building, which I'm not.
Okay.
You know that much, right?
Sorry.
You know that much, right? That I'm not.
Yeah. Well, there's obviously certain laws surrounding certain buildings and what they do in said buildings, etc. Which is why I'm just getting a bit of
That's
information.
It's two-tier policing, isn't it? Pretty much. If you show up to one of our buildings, well then, we'll find something to do you on. However, if your house gets burgled, we'll be with you in 2 or 3 weeks. Like,
Well, that's fair enough.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't deal with this every day.
Really?
I'm not 100% sure. My day to day is usually domestics
Is it?
and
Okay.
shoplifts.
Do you mind if I move around here?
All right,
I
fair
feel
enough.
cornered.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I'm not going anywhere.
She's
so yeah,
enjoying
That's
this.
why I just need to get a bit of extra information on it. All right.
Can I just make it clear? I am free to leave if I want to leave. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay here. But I can leave, can't I? I'm not
I
detained.
mean, at the moment, I haven't got anything that I know to detain you
Cool,
for,
great.
but potentially if that changes, I might have to
Yeah,
look
yeah.
into something. But
Yeah, that's important as well. Am I being detained? Because if you're not being detained, you are free to leave. However, if you ask are you being detained, and they say no, and then you leave, they will generally come after you and then tell you you're being detained. But it is important to say that if you find yourself in a spot of bother, ask the question, am I being detained? And then if they say no, and you feel uncomfortable, well then by all means just inform them. Okay, well I'm going to leave now. But you can feel free to stay there as well. But they have to detain you. And then if they do detain you, well then you can ask, on what grounds am I being detained? And then most police and guards, unfortunately, will suffer brain lock because they're not entirely sure. They don't normally deal with grounds and stuff like that. It's just, they normally just state the legislation in the knowledge that the average citizen has no clue about the legislation they're stating. And then they're free to do whatever they want, but they can't. So you have to ask, am I being detained? If the answer is yes, and then it's what grounds am I being detained on? And they normally say the Public Order Act in Ireland, but then you have to ask, well, what section of the Public Order Act am I being detained under? And that's where they have trouble answering the question. But let's carry on with this nice
I'd
woman.
like to just do it.
Yeah. The only buildings you can't film are like prohibited places like GHQ and like those kind of places. It says on the sign prohibited.
Yeah.
Photography is prohibited inside there, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, there's not even a private property sign. So anybody walking in who does what I do, it's quite a few people do it.
Okay.
They wouldn't know what they do. They just walk in.
Okay.
I mean, if you have the gate shut or a big sign saying private property,
Yeah.
trespassers will be prosecuted, or you know, something along the lines of that,
Yeah.
people may think, hold on a minute, what did they do here? Am I going to stay out? You know?
And is there a reason? Obviously, I'm just asking. Is there a reason that you don't want to give the name and?
So don't have to. So part of the video is to flex the rights we have. One is to film in public, from public, and one is to not give ID unless suspected of a crime.
Yeah.
So giving it to you completely goes against what I filmed for.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
If you suspect a crime, give it to you.
Yeah.
I know there's no crime, so
Yeah, see, I don't think any of these police are actually aware of people's rights. Like, they mustn't be informed. They just go out there with the understanding that, you know, they have a right to stop anybody.
Yeah, here's this stick. Have fun.
Yeah, ask them with, you know, papers, please. And then when somebody refuses, well, that's a clear indication that they're guilty of something. We don't know what it is, but we'll find out by fucking harassing and questioning.
I won't have to give you that ID. If I'd flown the drone, or if you suspected I had, if he said to you that the drone was clearly being flown before you got here, you'd have entitlement to that drone ID.
And then it would give your
And technically, legislation says, Schedule 9 of the Unmanned Aircraft Act, I have to give you matching personal ID to confirm that's my drone
Yeah. Okay.
as well. Which, if it was flown, I'll happily give it to you.
Yeah.
Because I have to.
Yeah.
But I haven't flown it. It's too windy today. So, luckily
It is a windy day today. I will give you that.
luckily for me, I don't have to give ID today.
Okay.
Um,
No, that is fair enough.
I'm just shocked you came on blue lights.
That's what they sent us in, so that's what I did.
It's bad. Were you driving or?
I
You were
was,
driving, weren't you?
yeah. I've not driven that car before though either, and it's
You're
not
not?
very nice to drive that fast.
Really? Why is it a bit swayy like?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm used to a small car, so it's a bit big for me. I don't really know the
got a small car,
boundaries of it.
yeah.
I've got a really
Oh my
small
God,
car.
she's talking about her boyfriend.
Oh, I love her body language right now. It's
Yeah, it's unreal, isn't it?
yeah. See, because he's, you know, he has his own body cam. It's kind of like POV, and I can imagine that she's flirting with me.
Yeah, there you go. It's all ahead of you.
It's so much easier because you just sit in smaller spaces and
I've never had a big car.
no.
Small
not for me.
hatchback, I love it.
I've decided I'm not getting a big one until I absolutely need one slash have a family.
Yeah.
Happens.
Oh my God. She's telling me she wants a family. Checking them out. Are you interested in kids too?
Wow.
Don't mean to interrupt, guys. I'm going to be going in a minute.
Okay.
Anything you need from me, apart from ID?
Yeah. Ideally, what the thing is,
Go on.
a criminal offence might have been committed here, and this is what we need to establish.
Oh,
All right.
that's the problem. It's not that a criminal offence may have happened, and we're going to hang around until we figure out what the offence is. They're supposed to be there, you know, if a criminal offence has occurred, and if it has, well, then they can arrest them. They can't keep them there forever, trying to figure out what crime might have been committed. So at this stage, I would probably leave under normal circumstances, but he has to collect the footage. But it's not good enough for them to arrive at a scene, have no idea about any legislation, what crime has been committed or not been committed. So now he's on the phone to his station sergeant, trying to figure out, okay, but what possible crime could have been committed and what can we do him on? That's not the way it's supposed to fucking work, you know?
No, we easily lose track of that in our society. That's not how our protectors are supposed to work. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay, you're right.
Until we can establish what
No,
criminal offence
there isn't.
has been. No, you can't tell me there hasn't been at this
I
time.
know there hasn't.
Okay, that's completely up to yourself to decide whether or not there has been or hasn't been. However, that's only a matter of opinion, isn't it?
What I do, filming
So-
buildings is not a crime.
Okay, but
Or
however, I haven't watched you film a building. I haven't watched you around the area, so I don't know what it is you've done. You're telling me something. Okay, I'll take your word for that. However, I need to find out from everyone else what's gone on as such.
Yeah.
All right? So please understand that.
But it's not my responsibility to let you do your investigation now, right?
Okay.
I've explained to you what I've done.
You're part of my investigation there, that's the thing.
Unless I'm detained, mate,
Okay.
I'm not going to go yet. I'll
Yeah.
give you a bit of time.
No, I don't
But
appreciate
unless
that.
I'm detained, I will be leaving here.
Okay.
There's no crime committed.
I hear you. That again, that is completely your opinion, however. Anyway, how many people did we arrest and go, I've not committed a crime?
So if I walk off, what would you do? Would you stop me? I'm not going to.
Okay, no, this is the thing. I've got to weigh up everything, don't I? However,
You know what I'm
I
doing.
need to conduct my investigation here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm doing.
You're part of my
Yeah.
investigation.
You see, this is too long. He should be just like her. He can't admit that, look, I've no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I don't know the legislation. This is a bit of a mystery to me. Like her, I'm normally arriving to domestics and shoplifting. This is beyond my pay grade. I have an IQ of 105. I can't comprehend these things at all. But rather than admit that, he's going to sit there and, it could be, maybe, possibly, I don't know that that's your opinion that you have committed a crime or haven't committed a crime. I don't know if you have or you haven't, but we're going to stay here until I figure out if you have. Like, it's just a fucking nonsense, man.
Investigation, and I need to go from there. That's it. All right.
You know what I'm doing, mate. I'm going to show you something.
All right.
And then 2 minutes later, I'm going to walk away. All right. Oh, we've got somebody else out. Hello. Everyone's out.
They must have a call centre, mustn't they? Where they ring in with queries.
I'm still filming. Yeah, I'm allowed to. Can we show you? That's my YouTube account. Man.
That's your YouTube, is it?
Yeah, so you can see
Nice.
what I do.
Cool.
There's no other motive here.
That's fine, yeah. Anyone can create a YouTube channel and do whatever they fancy with it, isn't it? So.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not just doing it for a malicious reason. Like, clearly,
Yeah.
it's a YouTube video. And you know on
Yeah.
YouTube, people film this kind of stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Police, government places. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no, I hear you, mate, entirely.
if your suspicion is high, hopefully that's lowered it a little bit if it's high. Yeah.
Well, we always like that when it's a matter of it, isn't it? Ultimately, if I can establish one thing by identifying another thing, then yeah, happy days. But as much as you're telling me you've got a YouTube channel, it's no different from someone buying a business with dirty money and then laundering it through. Go, well, look.
This guy has an imagination, man.
Yeah. I mean, they ought to think they're James fucking Bond, like. He's now laundering money through his YouTube channel to hide the fact that he's working for Iran. Fuck, man.
Really not a criminal.
Okay.
So.
But I could tell you I'm a
that's
YouTuber.
kind of level. Yeah.
And I could be a terrorist.
Yeah.
Extreme end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think a terrorist is going to have a YouTube account with these exact videos on there, are they?
Criminals aren't always the smartest, are they? Let's be honest.
Ugh.
So.
There's no crime here. You guys need to deal with this properly and say, look, he can film the building. He can't come in there and do it.
Yeah, from a public
That's it,
accessible
mate.
bit, that is what we need to establish. And you are right.
I'll walk straight in.
You're on public land, aren't you?
Yeah, I am now.
You can record.
Yeah.
You can do that. That's not a problem.
So what's the
at all.
issue?
The issue is, I don't know what's gone on behind the fences there.
That was open when I walked in like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I walked round to the corner there, that car
Yeah.
park. There's an illegal registration on the car, and I point those out on government buildings,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Pointed that out.
Yeah.
Gone round to the front door.
Yeah.
No one's there.
Yeah.
I've come to walk out. Ladies came out.
Right.
Can't film here. Not allowed.
Yeah.
So I've turned to her. This is on.
Yeah.
Filming her. I said I am allowed, but I'm going back out now to do it.
Yeah.
She's walked in, and I've walked out here.
Fine.
No, I've tried to walk out here. The gate's closed.
Yeah.
Been an argument about why is the gate closed? Why are you locking me in? They've opened it. We've waited here for you.
Yeah.
That's it, mate. I've told them I am going to fly over, but in all honesty, it's too windy. So I'm probably not going to bother.
That's fair enough. At least you're being sensible with that, aren't you?
Got to be sensible with the phone, mate.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Um,
a dangerous thing, isn't it?
There's no crime.
Well, and again, like you said, mate, this is completely from your standby.
No, but I'm asking
Good.
you.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm trying to figure. That's it.
You just can't make a fucking decision. Like, just come on, make it fucking easy. Okay, clearly no crime has been committed. You're free to go. And then have a talk with the people and say, look, next time, close the fucking gate. If someone comes in, there's no law about basically, flying a drone around the building. So, and that's it. But no, you can't do that. Because one, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and two, he probably doesn't want to make a mistake as well. Like, so he can't be seen to be showing up, and especially with the camera there as well, he just can't fucking concede.
Yeah.
Yeah, stand by number when ready.
Why did he need so much equipment? Like, that's got to be bad for your fucking posture, doesn't it? Got everything, like a bulletproof vest, camera, fucking walkie-talkie, like 8 or 9 different pouches, and I don't fucking
Yeah,
understand
leave
it.
the vest in the car.
Yeah, I know. But again, it's all for intimidation, dressed
Yeah.
like a fucking terrorist.
Dressed like fucking Batman from, what was it, 1960s?
Sorry, thank you. Just seeking advice.
For what though? I don't get it. There's no crime. And you know there's
Buddy,
not.
listen, I really appreciate you being good with us. And I do really appreciate that from you. The thing is,
I could just walk away.
I've been,
and then it's too late.
So many people turn around to us and go, I'm not committed a crime, officer.
No,
Like,
but no.
Yeah, but you're supposed to have the presumption of fucking innocence,
Yeah.
Just because you get called to domestics doesn't mean that everybody else in public is guilty of something. You just have to find out what exactly it is. And there's enough legislation there for anybody to really be guilty of maybe something at some stage.
20 minutes down the road. That's all it takes.
Yeah, fuck, man.
Saying I haven't done something I'm accused of. Yes, I've filmed in there. Yes, I've filmed stuff.
Yeah.
Have they told you something different?
This is it. What we've been told.
Yeah.
Is not saying it's any different to what you've told
me,
or if it is the same,
yeah.
or that sort of relation. However, I need to figure, purely based on what the building is, I need to establish more details around that, and in your intent. I know you told me your intent.
I showed you. I didn't have to, but I showed you that.
Yeah, I know, and I appreciate
for
you
that
doing
reason.
that. But I still need to figure. Okay, I just need to be happy that we're taking the right action. I.e., I'm not doing anything wrong towards you. I'm not doing anything wrong towards them. We're 50-50.
Oh, Lord. Your job is to investigate crime, not to make everybody feel okay. There's no crimes being committed. Please move on. But we can understand it's a sensitive site. They're making, ocular equipment. But it's purely because it's a government site. And we know that when it is a government site, well then, the guards are very interested, or the police are very interested and very concerned. But if it's a member of the public calling, well, then, we don't really respect these fuckers anyway. So leave them to their own devices.
Reasonable amount of time. You need to use your judgment as a professional officer.
Mm-hmm.
You look like you've been doing it. Maybe you're not new. You've been doing it a while, right? I picked that up when you got at the car, and you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So
now he's not being honest. He's just trying to stroke his ego. It was obvious the minute he stepped out of the fucking car when you arrived with the sirens blaring that he'd no clue what the fuck he was doing at all.
Tell these guys they can film from public. Warn me and say, oh, the building is a government building. Be wary that they're going to get suspicious of you.
Yeah.
End of.
Well, there we go. And this is the thing. This is exactly, you said the right things there. It's the warnings of that, but you're aware of it, and you've gone inside.
No, I came to investigate the building.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
Well, you've just told me it's a government building.
He told me it's a government building.
Right, okay, fine.
I didn't know that till he told me.
Okay, fine. Are you local?
No.
You're not local?
No.
Do you drive?
Fishing.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you drive? Where's your car? Let's have a look at your car. Taxed, insured, NCT, tires within the required limits. So you can tell them you drove somewhere, but don't tell them where your car is. It's 10 miles away.
I'm going to answer any questions, right? I do drive, but I'm not going to.
Okay, fine.
I know you're fishing. I know you're fishing. I do drive. I park quite far away.
There we go.
I've walked around.
That's not a problem, because I was just inquiring as to if you've walked from afar, you've driven from afar, either or.
I've walked. I've driven and walked. The reason I don't park local is in case something like this happens, I don't want you guys going registration and then my ID is given out.
She giving her finger a blowjob there. Just let me go back and do that. I'm sure she is. Where's she going? Oh, there, look. she wants it badly.
Oh yeah. She's impressed.
Registration and then my ID is given out. Right. And I've said to this lady, part of the video is to flex the right. We don't have to give ID unless a crime's committed or suspected of committed. That's not why I'm not giving it to you. Do you know what I mean? I could go on, my name's Joe Smith.
Yeah.
To help you out. But because we don't have to, we flex that right, if that makes sense. I'm sure you've seen videos where people do that. First Amendment right in the USA, they call it. UK similar, isn't it? Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
I wouldn't go too far and start to bring some amendments into the UK.
No, so USA have the same law on giving ID. Right. First Amendment audit is to go along and not give ID.
Sorry, I'm just going to call.
You know.
Good.
So the listener
Oh, dear me.
asks, will Morgan say childbearing hips, perhaps? I wonder.
I don't know. You can't see.
Yeah, with all
I
that
think.
fucking
Yeah.
rock climbing gear on her.
Yeah, we'd have to look at an Irish Guard because their new uniforms are kind of spandexy, aren't they?
Oh.
So I think that's next year's uniform is leggings. Those gym leggings that highlight the ass and the vagina.
I wouldn't complain.
No, but I think Irish Guards, the female vanguard, it's ankle width. That's important. So you have to have a circumference of at least 22 centimeters around the ankle before you're allowed in. And so, yeah, there's very few good-looking Irish Guards that I think.
I'm going to be back in 10 seconds.
No problem.
This is ridiculous. There's no crime committed.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
This is what I do,
Yeah.
so I'm very careful with what I do. If I was going around doing this all day, committing a potential crime, I wouldn't last very long, would I?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
know
Because
that. I've seen lots of videos on.
you've seen videos, right?
And I know that the
So-
people that do what you do read up and you know what you can and can't do, and I do know that. But if you could see from our point of view, like I said to you, I don't do this every day.
You've been completely honest. I respect that.
That's fair.
And which is why we just need a little bit of advice. But somebody is going to call my colleague.
Yeah, but it's a simple question to the inspector. Filming is not illegal, even on public property. If I was to, sorry, private, if I was to walk in there and film,
Yeah.
it's not against the law.
No, not at all.
Granted, they can kick me out,
Yeah,
but it's not against the law.
Yeah, exactly that. Sorry, mate. I'm just getting a call.
Jesus.
And that's all I've done. I've filmed.
Yeah.
They told me what the building was when I came out. When they came out?
So you didn't know before?
No. How would I know?
I don't know.
Do you know what I do, right? When
I
I
didn't have a clue either, to be honest.
when I go
with
to
you,
these
but
places, I go onto Google Maps.
on the
That's what it is on Google Maps. It just says Cessanati manufacturer.
yeah, and then just as a
There's nothing else.
normal.
There's nothing on there about it, right? Which is probably they don't want people knowing what it is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people like myself will come along and film it, right? I've came along to film other companies here because it's what I do. I make videos on companies.
Yeah.
From there, I've seen that and gone, well, flags, cameras. It looks not secure, but it looks like it could be government or it could be police, even undercover police building, right? And that's perfect for my video. We investigate unusual buildings. So then I've gone in to investigate it. They came out, and clearly from their reaction, I thought, flipping hell, it definitely like suspicious because why act like that?
Yeah.
They could have come out and gone, oh mate, just get off the property. Crack on.
She playing with her nipples now? Or?
I probably would have
She is.
going on in there.
She's tweaking her nipples
Then he said,
subconsciously.
Makes a little bit of sense, right?
She's
There's
impressed.
no signage.
Yeah.
There's not even a private property sign.
Yeah.
So to an average person
Yeah.
walking in who doesn't
Yeah.
take videos, they're not going to know.
Yeah.
didn't need to photograph and start inside, did you?
You didn't need to lock the gate on me.
You need to start photograph the people inside.
All right, so I apologise for doing that. Do you apologise for the gate?
All I want to do is to understand who you are and why you're here.
You're not going to find that out.
jeez.
I've explained to your colleagues, you didn't have to. I'm making a YouTube video. Didn't have to say that, but that's what I'm doing.
That's fine. Let's hope that's the case.
Yeah.
Let's hope that's the case.
Are you genuinely concerned?
In the
Are you
bit-
genuinely worried about why I'm here? Let me show you something.
I think the fact that we've got the police here would suggest that we probably are, aren't we?
Why are you still filming me? Here you go.
What's that got to do with me?
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
My YouTube channel. I make videos on places. All right.
sometimes you
So that's all it is.
in the
Sometimes you shouldn't.
Oh, that face.
Yeah, perhaps.
It's not a lesson to me. It's a lesson to you guys that if you want people not to walk in, shut the gate, put a big sign up saying private property, and don't engage. If someone comes to film it, just call the police if you're worried. Don't come out and engage. Don't lock the gate. That's my advice to
I don't know
you.
who you are at that point.
But you don't need to. You're not entitled to know that.
But can you just understand from their point of view that
And you won't
I
get the police
I
there.
appreciate you're making a YouTube video, but
Yep.
dangerous people do come.
Of
and
course.
Dangerous people will stand around and video and try and
You have to
see
have
entrance
cameras.
points
So
and
the
stuff.
gate should be locked, at least.
Well, this is ridiculous. Like,
It really is.
yeah, dangerous people don't arrive at the fucking premises with a camera. This is the problem with everything. Everybody lives in a fucking movie script.
Yeah.
You know, the people you arrive, you're there with cameras, you hover overhead in a helicopter to suss out the place. You don't. If you want to do that, you just go to Google Maps, have a look at the place. Okay, there's an entry point there, there's an entry point
Yeah.
there,
Open
and
source
that's it.
intelligence, yeah. Or fly an unmarked drone from a few fucking, like half a mile away, you know?
Yeah.
And check it out that way. This is dumb, it's stupid. And yeah, he does well to show his YouTube channel because you know what? A terrorist isn't going to be spending years building up this legend of this guy that goes around getting involved in this kind of stuff and then makes like, you know, several fucking grand a month, possibly. Oh, and then, oh yeah, actually, no, I was just doing that because of ISIS all along. And it's just this one building, you know, like, Jesus, how fucking important is that fucking building? It's not that important. Is every fucking head of state currently inside that building from all around the world? No! Jesus!
Yeah, just making fucking telescopes, essentially.
Proportionality.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
bizarre.
the point. This is the fucking point. Nobody's thinking.
Yeah, and it's very simple. He explained it, you know, close the gate, put a sign up. Don't engage when somebody arrives with a camera, because terrorists and thieves generally don't arrive in the middle of the day, walk onto your premises, knock on the door with a camera and start talking to people and wait around for the police to arrive. You know? And they don't fund themselves through adverts on YouTube. You know, they essentially rob banks and building or post offices and engage in other sorts of activities. They don't earn income from YouTube and social media. It should be fucking simple. But again, it's not, because it's just a constant level of suspicion, especially with this woman now. Like, so you can understand, yes, you could understand if it was like, you know, 12:30 or just past midnight, and there's two guys, you know, dressed in black with balaclavas, and you catch them climbing over the fence. Well, then you might have grounds. But you're not going to come out and fucking, you know, confront two masked men with fucking submachine guns if they arrive on your premises. You just call the cops, say, listen, there's two suspicious men outside or inside with submachine guns. Can you come immediately, please? And they will come. But not like some guys just filming outside. It doesn't really warrant that kind of response, at least to my mind, you know?
Yeah, and one sec there. I'm still getting we're still getting arguments in the chat, right? First of all, that's great, lovely, you know, and as well, it's a good humor about it. You know, we're having a laugh, and it's great to, you know, actually challenge things, because, you know, it added to the conversation. However, mate, I'm sorry, but this guy and many others like him have been doing this for fucking years. They know what they're doing, and they haven't been prosecuted. Okay, so if there was some little crevice that this fucking busybody type could actually creep into and finally lock one of these guys up to make an example of them so that this shit doesn't happen ever again, because that's what they would like, then it would have been fucking done.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
Yeah, so they can't. And because these guys know their rights and flex them, well, then they can't be prosecuted. And if they are, they're always found innocent or not guilty, because they haven't actually broken any laws or any legislation. Like I said, there may be ethical issues around it. Do people like being photographed or filmed in general? No. Someone shows up at your place of work and starts filming you. Are you going to be uncomfortable? Yes. But it's not illegal. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but you just have to fucking deal with it. Because there is no expectation of privacy in a public place. And even if you go on to private land to record, again, it's not illegal, and it's on the company to, you know, put up blinds or close the gate and what have you. And that would be better. That would actually make their building safe. He's shown them how their building isn't safe, because anyone could just walk in. He walked in, you know, walked around, took photos, flew a drone over. And this ultimately may be counterproductive, because laws probably will be introduced at some stage that make it illegal to do all these things. And so that's my concern about it as well. Well, by doing this, the reason for doing it may be to flex rights, but we know the world we live in. If people are expressing their rights, well, then they just introduce new legislation to squash those rights. But he's doing these people a service by arriving, showing them the issues around security, giving them good advice to close the gate, put a sign up, very simple, and then you won't have this problem again. And rather than go, do you know what? You're right. I've overreacted. That's a very fair point. We'll take those details on board. And I guarantee you the next day, gate will be closed all the fucking time. Nobody will be allowed in or out without a pass. They'll put a sign up that says no trespassing, no photography, no flying drones. But even then, they could still do it. Because just because you put a sign up, you know, you can put a sign up saying, blowjob required before entry. Doesn't make it legal.
Yeah. You know?
But it will turn off 90% of the people. Oh, okay, well, this is obviously a secure site. Don't want the hassle of doing this. So I'm not going in. But still, you can basically send your drone up, send it over, film around, and then security will come out, as they should, because it is suspicious. But just because it's suspicious doesn't make it illegal, and there's no laws around, having a suspicion, or, if you're suspicious about somebody, you can't ring the guard and say, listen, I'm suspicious about this person. They may arrive, but you can't have them arrested based on your suspicion. They have to actually be breaking the fucking law for the police to do something about it, and they can't demand your name. They can ask you for your name, but they can't demand your name. And I think most people will go, okay, well, I'm never, ever going to be in that situation where a guard will ask me for my name. But you may be surprised. The law might change. Like, you might get hate speech legislation where, someone could make an accusation against you when you call somebody a racial slur, or, you seem to be acting in a homophobic manner. And then the police ask you for your details. And unfortunately, 99% of the people will give them their details because, well, I've nothing to hide, But you will in the future, because then that gets recorded on the pull system that you were stopped. Your name goes into the system, and then the next time you're stopped, and they run you through the system, they can see, well, there's this, well, there's something here before, because, you've been stopped before. Guards will ask you, have you ever been stopped before? Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever been arrested before? Because they're not looking to investigate the actual crime. They're looking to fucking lock you up, take you away, process you, and move on to the next job. And unless they're constantly reminded that you cannot do this, and if you do this, you will face a consequence for it. Unfortunately, in an Irish context, there's not much of a consequence, because you can complain to GSOC. So you have the guards investigating the guards. And everybody knows when you work with your colleagues, you're less inclined to actually, stand up against your colleagues if they're acting in a poor manner. But no crime has been committed here. So if you had a better informed police force, they wouldn't even be there, because at the point of contact in the call center or contact center or control room, whatever the fuck it's called, the person would have advised them, listen, no law is being broken here. But I guarantee you, when they made the call, they over-exaggerated what was actually happening and mentioned the fact that this is a secure government building. There's a person here acting very suspicious, could possibly be a terrorist. And then it's like, get the police out there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
I understand that, but they've got people in and out all day, but that's where their concerns come from, because they don't know you, they don't know that you're not dangerous.
If they're that worried,
that's why
call the police. No, don't blame them calling you. Yeah. But you coming out and locking the gate, and that's an overreaction.
You putting the camera through the front and photographing my staff.
Sorry, what I was going to say.
Carry on.
The video is going to go on YouTube.
Yes.
Are the staff going to go on YouTube? Because that's obviously an issue for them, and potentially
this stuff. Yeah, of course they are.
They need to be safe at the end of the day, don't they? And you putting their face on YouTube may make them not safe. If you're
I'm a reasonable person.
Yeah.
When they
Why is he moving those sweetie wrappers from pocket? They're going back into the other pocket now, like.
No, he's also sexually frustrated over her. So we got a triangle going on here.
He's being friend zoned.
Make them not safe.
person. When they came out from there and the gate locked, and he opened the door and there was a lady inside on the phone, and I got my camera up and tried to zoom in, I'm happy not to put that on YouTube, because I'm a reasonable person.
Yeah.
But this interaction, before you got here, that will be going on YouTube. So this guy here, for example.
I'm just.
Go on, what's the outcome, mate?
Sorry, I was just butting in with what you were saying then.
No,
If
go
they
on.
come out on public land, then yeah, obviously there's nothing to say.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no issues with it. Ultimately, our concern was just based on the building and the operations that get run in the building. Like any other building, there is obviously genuine concern, isn't there? Sometimes if they've got someone coming in recording for whatever reason, they don't know what's going on until they come out and speak to you for.
Yeah.
But at this time, obviously, I've conducted my investigation. You've been really patient with us, thankfully, as everyone else. Ultimately, we're going to leave you to it because.
Thank you very much.
What's gone on? I've not identified any crime at this time. Okay, and therefore you're free to leave.
That's a good outcome,
You're
officer.
never detained
Yeah.
anyway to begin
Yeah,
with. But
yeah.
please feel free to continue.
Well, I think if I would have walked off, I think you'd have.
It might have been a different story. However, because
Yeah. See? If you'd walked away, well, everyone would have arrested you or detained you for no reason. That would have been impressive. Walk around. Hang on. Just need to make a phone call. I'll be back to you in 10 minutes.
lots of things going on in this day and age with drones, with recording and stuff that we just need to be more aware of at the end of the day. And until I've conducted an investigation to find out what's gone on, I need to figure out if an offence has been committed and if I have a suspicion that something has.
Can I ask what suspicion you had that possibly was being committed?
Possibly any violence to secure entry, any
What, sorry,
burglaries, possibly.
violence.
Violence to secure entry, I don't know.
What, is that a crime? Violence of secure entry? What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
He's making shit up, like.
It's time because I didn't have that full conversation. Right. I know there's other members of staff in there that might have felt some kind of harassment or anything like that. I needed to establish that at the time.
It's the feelings police. They might have felt harassment. You can feel. You're either being harassed or you're not. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. Feelings. But almost crimes, aren't they? The hate crime legislation, that's a feeling crime, isn't it? Like, I feel I've been insulted.
Okay, I've now been able to establish that. I've then received some further advice anyway around anything else. And I'm happy how we conducted everything here. So I'll leave you be, crack on your way with whatever you want. My advice to yourself is, though, please do just be mindful. Like you said,
I'm always mindful.
There is, I know.
I did tell them what I'm doing.
I know, but just around these buildings, as much as initially they haven't got a clue what's going on until they come out and speak to you about it, which is why you're going to have that interaction to begin with, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I? Go on.
But with that, it is a government building, so I know that you're a smart bloke. And you're
I didn't know that till he told me, did I?
Okay. Then you're aware. That
Oh wait, I misunderstood that. Well, I just thought he said I didn't know I was a smart bloke until you told me.
All right now.
Well, we're starting to think there's a bit more going on
But
here.
you know you'd be overstepping the mark there, and you'd be open to civil claim if that happened.
Not necessarily,
You know
but the thing is, what difference is you recording Moto Lita?
Yeah.
She's questioning her existence now. What am I doing? This
That's
fucking
a
job,
class face.
yeah. This guy, like, she's looking at him like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I thought you were sound, but you're clearly a dope. Like, she's going to get a job in Tesco or anything. It would be better than this shit.
Mother Random, were you recording them?
Not that one, no.
Exactly. You come to this building specifically.
No.
So
I did next door.
my advice to yourself is, there is you know all your.
Well, we can
your
film
files
government
and
buildings.
Stuff, you can record it, but please just be aware that if you go in and they ask you to leave.
I left, but they locked the gate on me.
Okay. But, and this is something.
Are there any words of advice to them that they shouldn't
I'm
perhaps
going
do
to be
that?
having a conversation with them afterwards after I've let you
Okay.
go on your way. All right.
So, guys, I would have been more open with you.
No, you wouldn't.
No, let me talk. I would have been more open had you not locked the gate.
No, you wouldn't. You had 3 people
How do you
responsible.
know?
I
Okay.
came down.
If you speak to Input Joinery, when I went there, they came out to me. They spoke to me, right? Their approach, I told them exactly what I'm doing. I told them everything.
Give me your name.
Didn't give a name. He didn't ask for my name. Right? Had you been a little bit less hostile at the very beginning, and I'm not saying I don't blame you. I'm sure with what you do, you need to take an approach.
I think you've got to be aware, like the officer said.
You did
that
lock the gate, though.
We are heightened there for terrorism.
Yep.
We've got to be careful that anybody.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm massively suspicious.
So
even
how do
though
we,
I
you know,
understand the law.
we
I understand what
understand
the
our
guys are
risks.
saying. but
Why am I
you, as
suspicious?
an
Just filming?
individual to me, because you are.
Because we've got no
because you
guarantee
will
of
not
where the
give anyone
film's
your name.
going.
We've got police officers.
Because we don't have to, that's why.
But why not
Yeah.
just do it anyway?
Because we don't have to.
Oh man,
God,
these
man.
people are out to lunch.
I know, all right. And these are the guys who fought the Nazis, right?
So part of the video is to flex the right that because we don't have to, we don't. If they would have said to me, we suspect you of committing burglary, I'd give my ID because there's a crime committed, right? Or potentially. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know, I don't want to leave it on bad terms. If you would have approached it a bit differently, I would have been more open with you.
Had
Okay.
3 people speak to you before and you wouldn't tell them anything. That's why they called me
No, I
back to
didn't.
my office. Okay.
I got told not allowed.
Okay. All right. We'll finish the chat then.
Yeah, I just didn't want to leave it on bad terms, but
Yeah,
clearly
fine, mate, yeah.
it's not gonna
No problem.
come round.
You're just a very suspicious person. It's as simple as that.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I know, yeah, it's over. Like you're
He
fucking
wants
done.
the
like.
last word, you know?
Yeah, you're suspicious, so I was right. Not going to admit that I was wrong and wasn't aware of the legislation that no crime's actually been committed, but you know, can't do that. You're suspicious. You know, you're wearing black. You've got runners on. You're clearly a scumbag. But he won't say that.
What I was going to say to both of you, but he's not going to listen, is had they not came out and locked the gate on me
Yeah.
and demanded what they demanded,
All right.
I would have been a bit more open.
All right. Okay.
When they lock the gate, to me, that's them. That's hostile for me.
All right.
The issue
Okay.
is, if we lock the gate,
Yeah.
we don't know if you're a terrorism or not.
You don't.
A terrorist.
Terrorism!
Again, who locks a terrorist in? Like, come on, man. Think. We're going to keep the terrorist here for the fucking police to
Don't want
arrive.
a terrorist in there, do you?
But then they
Rather,
also
rather it's contained with us
don't know
than
who you
out in
are.
the
I was
public.
about to say, and they also don't know that you've not got a van of people around the corner that are going to run. I
Exactly.
know it sounds silly, but they have no
Because it fucking is.
idea. They don't know that you're waiting for. To
Do you think it's
scope it-
reasonable to lock the gate?
Scope it and then have people
Absolutely.
to run in.
No. Do you think it's reasonable to lock the gate?
Do you think it's reasonable to go into the building and film stuff?
I didn't go into the building.
No,
You-
you
you
filmed
had-
them through the window.
Okay, all right. We
Like the peeping
You can actually
Tom.
have a look at the
Peeping
video
Tom.
and show the police.
Peep and Tom. Like,
Your video.
Guys, back-
Oh, yeah, loads of
To work,
naked
guys.
So
people
look,
there,
we'll
right?
just go around in circles, won't we?
They're gonna go
So
back to
let's
work.
just-
You're gonna go back to work.
That's exactly what I want.
All right.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Back to work, guys. Yeah, you didn't get what you
All
wanted.
right. You don't need to.
All right,
you, don't,
okay.
you don't need to tell him what to do. All right.
I think you just stood there looking at me. We're finished.
Okay, well, it's
Okay,
not legal.
finished.
It's not legal.
Finished.
is it?
yeah, you can see whose side the cops are on. It's fucking obvious, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, even when they know
Yeah.
that there's nothing to be done here and the guy's perfectly within his rights. His rights mean nothing. They're just there to protect the company.
His rights are obstacles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He works here, doesn't he? And you're trying to.
He works over there.
We just don't need
He's
it.
still stood on
advocated
public
anymore,
land.
do we? I know what you're saying, but
Right.
look, we've done our bit.
Listen, right? Your
You've been
colleague.
very patient with us. I'm very, very grateful that you
You've
stayed.
been
And that conversation happening behind now, he's not going to tell them, listen, you know, the guy's perfectly within
Yeah.
Mm.
his rights. You need to, look, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. Like, we've looked at everything. Tried to do him on 7 things. There's nothing there. We asked him where his car was. We could possibly get something on the car. But unfortunately, he won't tell us. So, you know, there's nothing we can do.
So I've got nothing against you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be hostile to you. Right. Your colleague didn't need to spend that long looking into it, but he did, and I waited patiently.
Yeah, I know,
Right.
and I'm very
Another
grateful
person
for
would have just
that.
walked off and gone, there's no crime, I'm walking away.
And do you know why
Right.
it took so long? It's because our inspector didn't really know either. So
Oh,
we were
fuck.
Shocking,
And I'm
Alice.
not going to lie to you.
That's shocking, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we just needed to double check.
That's
and I'm
shocking.
not going to lie to you. It
An
is because
inspector
we
doesn't
don't-
know.
We
It's
don't
bad.
deal with this. We don't deal with this often because it's Andover.
People go around. Okay, but where's it? Wiltshire? Where are you from?
Hampshire.
Oh, Hampshire.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Wiltshire. But these 2 guys that came out, you weren't here when it happened, but
Yeah.
they called me. I was here. They called me over.
Yeah,
So I went back in,
yeah,
and they said, "Come in the building. Come inside."
yeah.
I didn't want to go in the building because I thought they locked the door. I'm actually trapped.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
they locked the gate.
Yeah.
That for me tells me it's hostile.
Yeah.
Even if they think I'm a terrorist,
Yeah. Okay.
is that reasonable? Just a camera?
Well,
Fine. Maybe they thought I was a terrorist.
yeah, I think because they obviously know a bit more about what their building does and what's in there than me or you ever will, because I'm not
Yeah.
even high
You
enough
can't
to
lock
know.
somebody in.
But if you can think about what potentially they could be doing in there,
Jesus.
they'd rather have you in
I know,
there
it's painful.
than
It hurts.
outside the public if they
We're
think
almost
you're a
there.
terrorist.
I would
mean,
say,
down
in,
teams what
yeah.
you think is reasonable and how long.
I would say in court it would be unreasonable to suspect a guy of terrorist offences with just a camera. So at that point, I just walked up with a camera.
But that's all they know at that point. All they can see is said cameras.
they
and
deal
if
with
they
what they
don't
know.
that you've not got something underneath
Exactly.
your zipper
They
and stuff
don't
like
know,
that.
do they?
No,
They can't lock the gate for me.
Okay.
They did open it fairly fast.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's why, from that point, I said, I'm not giving you a name. I'm not giving you any information at all.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do,
yeah, yeah,
which has made their suspicion worse.
yeah.
Had they came out and gone, oh, what you doing, mate? Like, and the gate was still open, I'd have said, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
doing a YouTube video. What'd you
Yeah.
do here?
Yeah,
Then they would have said, oh, we can't tell you.
yeah,
And I'd have came out here, I'd have flown my drone over, and I'd have been gone ages ago.
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you for being patient with us. We'll
But
let
it is legal to film from public. So
It is
people
what,
do
sorry?
this. It is legal to film
Yes,
from public.
yes, yeah. I know.
Even
If I
in
were
there,
her,
it's
I'd just say,
legal.
look,
Yeah.
go home. Just go home or I'll arrest you. I'll fucking think of something. Just shut up.
Trespassing, they say legal.
She just needs to walk away. Like
Yeah.
that's really it. But she doesn't. The problem is she doesn't. They still don't get it. Like they still
Yeah.
don't get it that it's illegal. You can't stop people for filming in public or even on private land. It's not illegal. You can't stop people.
Yeah.
You can't demand their fucking names and their details and ID. You can't do it. And that's what he's trying to impress on her. Is that so that next time you're called to one of these things, you either you don't go because there's nothing to be done. And you just inform the company, listen, it's perfectly legal. The guy will be gone in 20 minutes or 30 minutes. That's it. So she doesn't have to do this again and again and again. And so he and other photographers can just go around the fucking country at peace and not be hassled. Now, granted, the argument could be made, well, you can approach the company nicely. You can send them an email and request it, but they won't give it to you.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to say, yes, come on in and fucking, fly around and have a nose around. They're not going to do it.
No.
So that's why you have to flex your rights and, inform the police and the companies you're dealing with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we've clearly seen it can't be done rationally. Like you can't, and then again, if you're not forthcoming with every fucking thing, well, then there's suspicion. If you don't give your name, your address, a photo ID, how could you possibly make them happy? And even then it's like, no, well, you're still not doing it. We still don't agree to it. So, no.
Even though I don't leave,
Yeah.
they kick me out.
Yeah.
But the filming part's legal. And we always abide by the law.
Yeah.
I know you're suffering.
It's awful, man.
Right, let's move it along a bit. Let's see if you can.
Yeah, because it's going around in circles.
Yeah, I know. Oh, there we go. There's the walk of shame.
Oh.
That's what I just wanted to see.
Okay.
There we go. I want to see them walk back in. Go on. Back to fucking work. Back to work. There we go. Look, go on. Bye-bye.
Oh, they
they're all going
didn't
inside.
lock the squad car.
No. That's what my thought was. Like, jump in and drive away. That would be a perfect ending. wouldn't it?
Well,
And they're closing the
that
gate.
was an unexpected drama, that was. Tell you. Hampshire and Isle of Wight can
He could totally hotwire that cop car and just take off.
I'd imagine the keys are still in it. Like,
Yeah, no, you didn't hear any jingle of keys when either of them got out of the car, did we?
no, and all that fucking fiddling with fingers and sweet wrappers. If there was keys present, they would have been swinging around the fingers. She would have been tonguing the keys.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, and he's done.
Ah,
Perfect.
right. That was,
Yeah.
Stop that there.
that was,
Yeah.
wow. That was educational. Granted, not everyone who watched it with us was educated, but hey-ho,
That's okay. We'll have more in the future. Don't worry. So that was DJE. He's
right.
kind of mid-level auditor. Maybe next week at some stage or in the next couple of weeks, we'll have a look at Auditing Britain, who's much more aggressive and very humorous. I believe he's a Polish man. And we will also have a look at DJ Auditing, who is extremely pleasant and has a different manner about him. But again, none of them are pussies, so they will, flex their rights, and they are all logically sound when they're arguing with these people. Now that's my real interest, is just watch how people's minds break when they can't deal with any sort of logic at all. So we're going to quickly have a look at an Irish version.
Okay. A message in the chat says there might be more coppers in the car.
Possibly in the boot, like one of those clown cars. Like 28 cops come out of the car. Right, let's find this. Where are you? My favorite people, Irish guards. Here we go. Ooh, it's very noisy. Just sort of volume down. Okay, so this is another auditor from the UK. Unfortunately, his name escapes me at the minute, but I think he's from Yorkshire. So on occasion they come over to Ireland to do audits as well. So this is Irishtown Garda Station in Dublin city centre. This was taken a year ago. This auditor is, I think, Arab by origin. There's a lot of auditors who are Islamic as well, which is very interesting. So I think all of these auditors, they obviously come from a particular class, so they're used to dealing with the police on a particular level, you know. Or anyone who isn't compliant really will know what the police are like in that circumstance. If you're compliant, well, then there's no real issue because, you know, it's like, well, I'm compliant, so as long as I do what I'm told, I'm not going to have any trouble. But everyone has their limit, you know. So if a police officer tells you, you know, to take your trousers off, bend over so we can fuck you in the ass, I'm sure, you know, you won't comply. But there's different levels and they act differently within different communities. And unfortunately or fortunately, I'm from one of those communities, so I get to see what the police are like in that context and how they deal with people generally. But even anyone who's ever been non-compliant, be it at a protest, have a look at what's happening with the protests around the refugees at the moment, or illegal immigrants, whatever way you want to classify them, and you'll see what the police can be like. I wish they weren't. I wish, you know, I had a better relationship with them, but I just know from, unfortunately, from my own experiences, that once you don't comply, they're not particularly nice. And there's a fair range of shitty guards in Ireland. And also there's a fair range of good, decent guards in Ireland, but we seem to be on the downward slope at the moment. Standards are dropping and the entry requirements are low down. You don't even have to be fit anymore. You can be like 2'6", a midget, and you're welcome into the guards. They're actively recruiting refugees and illegal immigrants. They have quotas for fucking, you know, transgenders, and it's a fucking nonsense. So if you want good, strong, intelligent police officers, to my mind anyway. So we'll have a look at this one and see how our guards do in comparison to the UK guards.
Right, yes then. The people, the time.
Turn her up a bit.
Just about to go 8 o'clock. I think this is called...
Better?
This one.
Yeah, sure.
Irishtown Garda Station, gotta check it out. But yeah, for the most part, the guards, they've been pretty compliant in the sense that, you know, they've respected my public photography right.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah, we'll pick it back up.
Belly of the Beast.
I'm so nervous just watching this.
Yeah.
Nice and empty. All right. Toilets. That's rare for a Garda station. Oh, COVID banners.
Morning. I'm just here to make a video. Yeah. I'm here to make a video. Just my own recreation. Is that okay? Yeah. Just like the police station or Garda station. No, that's fine. I was just wondering where the cars come in and out from. Okay, thanks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nice and pleasant.
Yeah.
In shock, I think.
I
with
think,
what's actually happening.
yeah. Oh, whoa. Is that a haunted Garda station or something?
They have to be wheelchair accessible. No ramp.
No
ramp. Oh, there is a ramp.
Oh,
no, there's no ramp. Where is the ramp? Automatic doors, but no ramp. Oh, there's the ramp. There we go.
Yeah.
Remember, it's the Garda station, not the police station.
Even we make that mistake. Sometimes I accidentally call them the black and tans.
Yeah. Sure, I think they're called piggeries. Is the correct term.
Hello. I'm just making a video.
Yeah, you can't record a guard station.
Whoa.
Is it an offence?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's a lie. It's not an offence
Yeah.
to record a guard station.
That's a lie.
Oh, here's Big Ears from behind the counter. He's changed his tone rapidly. He was in shock, so he's gone in, and there's some fucker out there that he's recording a guard station. So then,
Sorry. Recording? Why? I thought I could. Can you get your hand off me?
oh, assault straight away. That's nice.
Am I required to give my name?
Yes.
Straight for the details.
I thought you can film from public.
You're committing an offence here.
What
Recording
offence?
a guard station.
What
Recording
offence?
a guard station.
What's the offence?
It's an offence to record.
He's
a
on
guard
What
coke.
offence?
Yes.
He's on fucking coke.
Look at those eyeballs. Look at the pin needle eye holes. Pupils. Jesus Christ. I'd get into the guards, no problem. What are these called? Eye holes. You're now a sergeant. What gives it away for you? Is it the eyes or just the?
It's the whole face and how he's emoting. And his body isn't moving, just his head back and forth as he's talking. Like, watch it again.
Yeah, let's have a look at the approach. Like,
Yeah.
that was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like fucking Zoom.
Is it an offence?
Yes.
Oh, hang on, sorry. Need to go back a little bit more.
Okay.
All right, we'll go from here.
Oh my
shit.
god, man.
It's,
There you
it's-
go.
This thing is-
Perfect.
it's a
Yeah.
fucking
Leave
Twitch.
it there.
Hello. I'm just making a video.
Yeah, you can't record a guard station. It's an offence.
Oh. Is it an offence?
Yes.
I'm
It's an
sorry.
offence to- Can you
Sorry.
stop recording?
Why? I thought I could. Can you get your hand off me?
What's the name?
Am I required to give my name?
Yes.
I thought you can film from public.
You're committing an offence here.
What
Recording
offence?
a guard station.
What
Recording
offence?
a guard station.
What's the offence?
It's an offence to record a guard station.
It's not an offence.
Look at
Yes,
that.
it is.
I've done my research. I'm sure it's not an offence.
It is.
What's this in relation anyway? It's just a video matter of public interest. Can you just relax a bit? There was no need to like touch me and stuff. Like we can have a conversation. Would you mind identifying yourself?
Yeah, send my number there now.
I'm not required to give any names. Unless you suspect me of committing an offence.
Look at the shock. What do you mean? What do you mean you're not giving me your name? Like, this has never happened to me before. I'm completely fucking confused.
What offence is it?
Oh,
I came to.
He's going into Google.
Front office and told you what I was doing. We didn't seem to have any issues. He's just come up to me, tried to grab me. I understand you got the section 24 power, but that's only if I've contravened any other section of the Public Order Act.
What is he writing down? Like, he's checked the time
You might
twice
identify
now.
yourself.
Oh, look at
Your
that
name?
fucking. That's good customer service skills right there.
1, 2, 3. Is that so that you can remember it, you
Very
fucking
aggressive.
dumbass?
Can't even remember that. Like,
What's this in relation anyway, the video?
It's just a video for matters of public interest, as I explained at the counter.
he looks pleasant, doesn't he?
Yeah, I had to stand up.
Do you think they train them to put their hands inside their vests like that? They all
They
do it.
must. Yeah, that's so weird. I never thought of that before. Nobody gets this angry for no
You're aware It's not
reason.
an offence to film from public. He doesn't want to talk.
Yep. Silent treatment. He's a big fucker too.
How long do you plan on staying here?
So as long as it takes.
What?
My film to film.
Did he just sigh?
Yep.
What is it to him? I don't get it.
Yeah, he's just not used to it, like, you know? He's not used to the non-compliance.
Excuse me. I'll ask you a question.
What's your chance, man?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, is there anything I can help you with?
No.
Yeah, yes, you don't, like, pig ignorant really means something, doesn't it?
Yeah, really,
Would you
man.
mind stop filming the guard station then?
I'm free to film.
That seems like a pleasant request, doesn't it? Would you mind stop filming the guard station? But what he doesn't say is so we can drag you inside and beat the living crap out of you and find out what you're actually doing. Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
He's given up.
Oh.
All right, we'll pick this back up.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's inside. No, I thought he was
No, he's still
inside.
outside.
Morning. Hello.
Oh, send out. Good
I'm just
copy.
making a video.
What?
Oh,
The guard station.
For what?
oh, Helen McKenzie's sister.
Public interest.
Public interest for what?
The public are interested in videos like this.
For what though? Like, is you're recording official? It is. You're not allowed to record official vehicles.
I'm filming from
I'm
public.
saying to you, you're not allowed to record.
Is there an
official
offence?
Yeah, you're recording Garda vehicle reg numbers coming in and out. Do you know what I mean? There's also codes to the gate there.
It's
You know what I mean?
well, it's
So
your
what-
job.
what-
It's your
what are you
job to
actually
secure it.
recording for?
Just making a video.
For what though? Public interest for what?
People want to see this. Morning.
What do they want to see? Cars
Just want to
coming
see
in and out.
videos like this.
You're recording official vehicles coming in and out of the
I'm
secure
not
area.
filming official
Yeah,
videos.
This
it is
fat
official,
fuck.
it's official marked.
From here.
From where here? I didn't
Is
give
it
you
relevant?
I didn't give you permission to record me.
I don't need your permission. I'm filming from public.
You do need
Alright,
your permission to record.
What country are you from?
I should
What?
straight away with the profiling. What country are you from?
Wow, that's racist, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
No, it is relevant.
Why?
For visa stats.
Do you think that I've entered the country illegally?
Where are you from?
It's not relevant.
It's a question.
Okay, and I've answered the
It is a
question.
What's your
question.
answer?
I don't believe I'm entitled to answer. I don't think it's relevant to
You
what
are
I'm
in a
doing.
public place and you're being asked a question.
Okay.
Did you hear that? It's a
You're-
public place and you're being asked a question. Therefore, legally you're required to answer.
Am I required by law to answer the question?
Yeah, you are.
What law am I obliged?
Sorry?
Which
Sorry, I can't hear you.
law obligates me to answer?
Oh, where are you from?
Doesn't matter.
Sorry?
Doesn't matter. Do you suspect that I've entered illegally?
Sorry?
Do you suspect that I've entered the country illegally?
Sorry?
Do you suspect?
I can't hear you.
Ah, what the fuck? No.
Let's go back there to see that. Did that actually fucking happen?
Yeah, I'm doubting my sanity too.
Obliged.
Sorry?
Which law obligates me to answer?
Oh, where are you from?
Doesn't matter.
Sorry?
Doesn't matter. Do you suspect that I've entered illegally?
Sorry?
Do you suspect that I've entered the country illegally?
Sorry?
Do you suspect? Do
I can't hear you.
you suspect that I've entered the country illegally?
Which country?
What? What? This dude's just trolling him. Oh my god. This is embarrassing, man.
I know this guy's 6 years of age. What country? What is a country?
I know you are, but what am I?
I know. It's fucking unbelievable.
Oh jeez.
Ireland.
Ireland. Are you from Ireland?
Perhaps.
Sorry?
Perhaps.
Can I see some identification?
No, I don't have any ID.
You don't?
No.
Right. Okay. You don't have any ID on your person whatsoever?
None.
None? Okay.
He's at a loss now. None. What do you mean none? Did you just make a pig snort?
I did, yeah.
That's very relevant.
I was trying to hold in my laugh.
Do you think this guy would beat you up if he dragged you inside?
I think
this
he'd
guy.
eat me first.
Yeah. I think this is the guy who tortures animals when he was a fucking child.
He looks like it.
I don't have to.
Sorry?
I don't have to. It's my obligation not to.
What country?
Under section 43 of the Irish Constitution, I have the right to assemble here.
Sorry?
Section 43, or Article 43.
No, we have sections. We don't have articles. We have articles in the UK.
Okay.
He's an idiot.
Oh my God! You don't even know how the Constitution is written. Jeez Christ, man!
He's got this guy's from the UK, so we made the mistake of saying, section 43
Yeah.
instead of Article 43. And this fucking retard, because he just can't fucking bring himself to say that the guy actually has a point, will now disagree with whatever he says. So we said, no, Article 43. He's got, no, we don't have articles here. We have section 43 of the Irish Constitution. This is the fucking type of idiot that we have roaming around the streets in Ireland, protecting people. Doesn't even know, obviously knows nothing about the Constitution. He doesn't even know the fact that there are articles in the Constitution. But maybe he does, but he's just being so pig-headed that he just has to disagree with everything this guy fucking says, simply because he won't comply and he's being difficult.
Well, the Irish
You're
Constitution.
mixing your countries up now.
I'm not mixing my countries up, but I have the right to assembly. Section 6, subsection 1. I have the right to assemble here. I'm just doing some filming. There's nothing more to it than that. I am allowed.
You're not allowed.
I've done my research. I wouldn't be irresponsible. I have. So what?
You're not allowed.
What a cunt!
I know, right?
Thundering fucking cunt!
She's pleasant. Imagine being married to fucking her. She said, you're mixing up your sections, and she's just a barking little fucking bitch, like.
I don't have any press credentials. I don't need any credentials. I'm a member of the public, filming from public.
Official guard of the vehicle.
It's not an
This
offence
is
to do
actually-
so.
Yeah, this actually is. This belongs to the station. Do you know what I mean? So you're not actually allowed.
What information could I pull from that registration?
You can. Do you know what I mean? It's not allowed.
You can.
It's prohibited.
What?
It's not allowed. So he's asking her, well, what information can I pull from a reg?
You
And
can.
rather than her saying, well, actually, I didn't think of that. You can't. You can just find out the make and model of the car, and that's it. But the only people who can have access to the details are you fuckers. Because you have the computer system in your car that scans the registrations of every car, and then it comes up on your screen if it's out of tax or insurance, and then you stop the people to inquire. But we can't get any details from your fucking cars. May make you feel uncomfortable because deep down in your heart that you're fucking hated. And God forbid if somebody find out where you actually live because you treat people like shit all the fucking time. So you're worried and concerned. That's how we feel when you walk by every fucking time. And now that you're on camera and you're acting like this, being completely irrational, you can't. It's not allowed. I'm sorry, darling. That's not how the law works. You don't just get to decide what is and isn't allowed. I don't know. Maybe your fucking tie is too tight or something. But
Well, hold on
deeply
there.
unpleasant.
Our friend in the chat said, you see, the police fuck up when they start making up laws. Perfect, absolutely. The next bit, though, is a bit weird. This girl did have some good reasons there, though. Reasons aren't laws, bro. Sorry, how many times does this need to be explained? Reasons and intent and suspicion, and it doesn't mean anything. You have basic, indescriptible, and fundamental natural rights, okay? Then there's the frameworks of legislation and common law in the court system. Those do not come before that very basis of rights that you have, all right?
And remember, for many, many, many hundreds of years, somehow our ancestors managed to survive without a police force. It was incredible. We didn't need one because we operated based on honor. Therefore, we didn't need a police force. Why would you? But unfortunately, we were invaded and, we adopted the policing system. And I hope someday, maybe another couple of 100 years, that we will get back to that state of affairs. But this is a reason to abolish it immediately. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, this level of fucking ego and, you know, maniacal power is unfucking real.
Yeah.
Like, granted, it may be
really is.
uncomfortable to have, you know, someone stand outside and like, well, why is he recording? Like, what's going on? But not this. And you can't just make shit up like it's an offense. It's an offense. No, it's not an offense. You're offended is what's happening. And we can't have the feelings police, because you don't police based on feelings that you feel you shouldn't be doing this. No, we, like you said, we have rights. We have fundamental rights that are guaranteed in the Constitution: freedom to assembly, freedom to travel. You know,
Yeah.
it's a thing that people forget, that, you know, we're supposed to be free, and these guys can only intervene if a law is being broken, and they're guardians of the peace. They're supposed to protect the public. This isn't peaceful behavior.
No, it's not peaceful at all. It was peaceful, but then they showed up.
Yeah, and granted, we have to keep in mind the guy is hanging around for a reaction, but he hasn't gone in aggressively. He's being quite calm and measured.
And
He's
he would
just
have
not
left.
complying.
He would have left if they didn't come out. And wait 1 second. What's this pink thing on her, strapped to her shirt? Is she on the rag? Is that what's
Probably,
going
yeah.
on here?
It's a tampon holder. An emergency tampon dispenser. Like, who fucking knows?
Hundreds
I've
of
never
little tampons because her cunt is so tight.
maybe it's Coke. Maybe it's a little Coke vial. So when they're feeling tired, they just dip in. Like, right, let's carry on with this.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
I've done my
Yes,
research.
you-
I wouldn't
you
be
clearly haven't
irresponsible.
done it
I
very
have.
well. So I'm giving you an order now to leave the area, please. You're
What's
not
that,
allowed
under
to film me. You
section
do not
8?
have my permission. You do not have my permission to film me.
You see? No.
My
no.
permission.
Yeah. Giving you an order. I'm ordering you to leave based on what? Nothing. Like, you don't have my permission to record. Don't need your permission to record. Simple as that. But she's not going to listen because she's gone into rage mode.
Me,
I don't need anyone's
because
permission.
You do actually.
So you're ordering me
And
under section 8 of the
he's
Public
right
Order Act.
though.
You're not allowed
He's
to
right though.
record.
1
Say
second,
again?
right? He's right though. Their job is to take your rights away. They are there to negate your rights if they have to. They don't have any kind of magical power to slam their gavel and say, yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do this. No, they don't. That's what the higher judicial system is for.
Yeah. We don't live in a Judge Dredd society yet. But these guys didn't get the fucking memo, like, because again, they're used to acting with impunity. Because, you know, the average citizen faced with this
Oh yeah, I
would just,
piss myself on the spot. Yeah.
yeah, you just walk away immediately. Like, you got this fucking animal to the left, who actually looks like a pig. He looks like the physical, like the manifestation of a pig. And this woman, she has to be on the rag. There's some level of hormonal disturbance going on here. This is completely fucking irrational.
Yeah, so section 8. Have I contravened any other section of the Public Order Act?
Sorry?
Have I contravened any...
Sorry. every time he says sorry, he's just saying, I'm an ignorant cunt. I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Pausing for thought, you know.
other section of the Public Order Act for you to give me a directive under section 8?
You've been informed.
You've been informed.
You've been
Obey
told.
me.
Yeah.
We've been saying this for years on the show. Public Order Act. Magical fucking wand. You do this now or you die. That's what these fucking niggers think this is.
Yes, but on what basis?
Give your name and address as well. That's section 24.
Yeah, but I haven't contravened any section of the Public Order Act.
Refusing to give that. You have no ID.
I haven't committed any offences, have
no
I?
ID.
It's not an offence. You have to be, you know, suspected of a crime. You can't just whip the Public Order Act out, you know, and like you said, like a magical wand, say the magic words public order offence and leave. You have to have reasonable grounds. He has to be in, you know, contravene the Public Order Act to begin with. And he's asking you the question, you know, what part of the Public Order Act have I broken because you can only then, tell somebody to move on or give them a lawful order to leave. You guys are being unlawful about it because you don't even fucking know what the act entails. All you guys are told is, to say under Section 24, blah, 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 leave. And you're not used to being told no. And it's that fucking simple, clearly.
It's that simple.
On you whatsoever.
I don't need any ID.
You're saying you won't even give your details, and then you're filming.
Can you not surround me, please?
No.
Can you not surround me, please? I'm feeling very intimidated.
Sorry?
Look at him.
Can you not surround me?
But you're in my workplace.
But I'm filming for public.
No, you're in my workplace.
I can walk into you like I'm a blind, deaf, dumb cunt because you're in my workplace. I can assault you because you're here.
And it's not even the workplace. He's on public ground. And it's just to clarify, it's not legal to assault somebody in your workplace. Again, it's my workplace. I can do whatever I want because it's my workplace. But what we're getting here is a clear picture of the mentality of a pig. I can do whatever the fuck I want with impunity because I am the law. And this is during COVID, and we're supposed to keep 2 meter distance.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, and this animal is circling him like prey, trying to fucking intimidate him and essentially assaulting him. I've never seen this behavior in my fucking life. Like, this is unbelievable.
Okay, but there's no need to stand so close.
Stand back. But you're in my workplace.
So this is an intimidation tactic?
No, it's not. You're in my workplace.
Why are you standing so close? Is there
I'm
not
in my
COVID?
workplace.
Should we not have 2 meters distance?
You should, yeah.
Well, you're coming.
Oh my god! Wow!
So
Oh
he
my
has to.
God.
He can get up on his face, but it's the requirement is on the member of the public to keep
To move away, yeah.
Yeah. No, not on him.
Oh
Like,
my
it's-
god, those pupils. What the fuck is going on there?
I don't know. They're acid or something. Like they're all,
Yeah, they're all high off their tits from the evidence locker. That's why they don't want them around. Hey, we're busy doing drugs here, man, and you're freaking us out.
yeah, they got to be all coked up. Like there's nobody acts like this.
And nobody walks outside and has pupils like that.
Yeah. Fuck, man. It's early in the morning as well, so they must have, had it with their breakfast or something like.
Up to me.
No, this is my workplace.
Okay, I understand that. I'm not.
So
Yeah, you're in his
I'm not
workplace.
causing a problem. I'm not causing an issue. Can you not stand so close?
Oh my
How
god.
close is this guy standing?
Just bumped him.
Yeah.
you're my workplace.
All right. Can you have a word with I don't feel like there's any need for this. Like I've communicated. I've explained what I'm
You
doing.
haven't explained. You said public interest.
With all
You
due
haven't
respect,
given
I don't
me
need to
any
I don't.
explanation whatsoever.
Excuse me. I'm just making a video.
For what?
People are interested in seeing these
In what?
videos.
Seeing what?
What's going on right now, cunt? That's what they're interested in.
Exactly. Seeing how you animals behave and exposing it to the public. That's what's going on.
Jesus. The
bitch is-
absence of self-awareness is fucking astounding.
Let's carry on.
Patrol cars driving in.
No, they want to see. They want to see how the authorities react to people filming from public. And they want to see the authorities.
She just can't hear. She can't. He's told her there explicitly what it is. To see how
Yeah.
these people react with members of the public. And she, what's the purpose? I can't understand. Why would people be interested in seeing people abuse their power, woefully abuse their power? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Oh man.
Probably one of the.
Huh?
Go on. You're going to say people.
No. I'm just. I'm. My head is spinning. I can't fucking believe what I'm seeing. Like this like your first day in school and you confront the two fucking bullies.
Bullies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
exactly.
just bullies doing
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, it's like, it's a Clockwork Orange, Literally what it fucking is.
Right.
You can't even give a genuine reason, an explanation why you're.
He gave you a genuine reason. You're just not accepting it. Because
Yeah.
what you want to hear is I'm a member of ISIS I'm here to blow up the station. That's the only thing you will fucking accept under these circumstances.
I don't need to have a reason
But
or an explanation.
you're filming us, and you have absolutely no explanation for
I
what.
do have an
You
explanation.
don't have an
I do.
explanation.
I
You
do.
don't.
Rest
I
assured.
told you I don't want to be on buses.
Well, you're
I have
welcome.
the
You're
right
welcome
do
to.
that. You're in our workplace.
I'm not
You
in your
don't understand.
workplace.
You are. This is
I'm
our
in a
workplace.
public place.
No, it's not. This is our workplace.
So this isn't a public place.
This is our workplace. All this is part.
I'm aware, but it can be filmed from public.
No, it can't.
Yes, it can. Doesn't matter how many times you fucking say it.
her workplace also a public place?
Yes. So it's essentially saying you can't film us anywhere, ever. The entire country is our workspace. And when she goes on holiday, that's her workspace too. So she's confused, obviously. Like they think that because you're outside the station is the same as being in the station. He's not in the fucking canteen doing coke with you, darling. He's outside in a public space filming. Or he may technically be on your grounds, but it's publicly accessible. So the gate probably needs to be further to the front if you don't want people coming on to your workspace. But he's in a public area, and that's okay. There's no law against filming the guards unless a crime is being committed. Then they can seize your phone for evidence. So, or if you see the guards arresting somebody, if you're interfering, well then they can tell you to legally they can tell you to leave, but not just going about your business or making a video for public interest to see how the guards interact with the public. And like, God forbid they make a show of themselves, And this is with the camera on, remember? So can we imagine? Can we imagine what it would be like if the camera was off?
God.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? Some of the auditors use the Google glasses and stuff like that, and because that's not overt, and then you get different kind of reactions. So God, I can only imagine what would happen if this guy didn't have a phone on him. That fat pig would be fucking kneeling into his back in the cells. The phone books would be out. Battered with the buttons in the phone books. If there's no bruises left, it wouldn't end well at all.
You can't even give a proper explanation.
There is a proper explanation.
You're not.
Matters of public interest.
Public interest? What's that? The public have interests about how we behave? Why? Why would they do that, sir? That makes no sense to me at all. Nobody's ever complained before. Like, I don't get it. Like, oh, man.
Public are interested to see how their tax money is being spent, interactions between the public and the authorities.
You can't even tell us where you're from, so we don't even know.
I don't need to tell you.
So why are you saying you're doing it on behalf of taxpayers when you can't prove you're a taxpayer?
I don't need to prove I'm a taxpayer. What about other taxpayers?
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, there's no getting through to this guy. Like, show me your fucking your P60 from last year.
Even if he wasn't a taxpayer, he can still do something on behalf of the taxpayer.
Yeah, and as we know, in this country, you don't have to be a citizen to avail of the rights of the citizens. So once you're here, the Constitution applies to you too. And beyond that, it's just, it's not the way to behave, is it? Welcome to the country, darky. Where are you from with your UK accent? I don't comprehend where you could be from.
Okay, let's reserve our opinions. Like, you're in uniform, you're at work.
You prove it and not have a discussion with you, but at the moment you're just a hypocrite.
Okay, I'll be a
What
hypocrite.
the? Oh my God.
This is the best part. This is the beginning of the projection. Right? So we go back there. This is the only honest thing this guy's going to say.
Right. What about other taxpayers?
Right.
Okay, let's reserve our opinions. Like, you're in uniform, you're at
You
work.
prove it and not have a discussion with you, but at the moment you're just a hypocrite.
Okay, I'll be a hypocrite. You're standing so close, bro. There's no need for this.
Look at him.
I know you're bro.
I'm not your. All right.
Look at her smiling. Yeah. Give him a dig. Give him a dig. Give him a dig. It is the bullies in the playground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, the big guy and then the one off to the side, and egging him on and smiling at the discomfort of the poor person being bullied.
And then that fucking coward just looking on, doing nothing.
Yeah, I think he's in shock. Really, he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like, I'm like, he used to work with these fucking people. Look at him.
Furious, I like your phone, you see.
What the fuck is he
Back it
doing?
in, like, there's no need. Excuse me? Excuse me? Why do I need to stop recording? I'm just expressing my right to film from public. This is very unprofessional behaviour. Excuse me?
Private cars as well in there. You have no right to record our private cars.
They're not exempt from being filmed.
No, yeah, they are.
They're not.
They're not. They're simply not.
The security issue, right? But you have no right to record.
Okay, well, rest assured, I haven't
You
got.
have no right to record private.
No, what you should be saying, you have no rights. In my eyes, you have no rights. You have no rights.
Actually, if they're in public or anything
They're
I can
not in
see
a
from
public
public.
place.
But I can
That's
film
a
them from
private.
public.
No, it's a private area. You're not allowed to record.
doesn't
private
understand
car.
the law.
There's a national security with regards to it.
National security? What are you? Fucking.
Pulling
Homeland
anything out of her ass,
Security?
like,
Yeah.
national terrorist George Bush, Bill Clinton, Mary Robinson, Gandhi, Jesus himself. Anything could be in there, like, you know, there's nuclear weapons in there. Could be. There's not, but there might be. Fuck, man.
Security in regards to what?
Because they're guards' private vehicles.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Fair enough, you know. Good point. Well made. They're guards, private vehicles. And, you know, I'm a guard. And everyone knows guards are special. Can't do anything. Can't look at a guard. Like, did you even ask me, could you look at me? Are you recording this in your memory? I want access to your memory, and I want to delete it from your memory because, you know, you might be able to sketch me or sketch a scene when I get home or make an animation, anything. Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
So
have known that.
yeah, well, they are. Well, what did you think they were?
Excuse me? I have done my homework, but I can film anything from public. This is very unprofessional.
What the fuck? Oh man.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, they don't have cameras yet. Still, they don't. But they have their camera phones, so he's taking pictures of them now to run them through the system that they don't have. Or maybe he's going to Google it, Google Lens or something, see if he gets a match.
But this whole trying to surround me, intimidate me, like.
He's allowed to record you. You're in a public place.
Oh, you see the
Oh ho ho ho!
It's a private space now. It's a public space. You're not allowed to record us. However, we're allowed to record you, and they've no clue.
Yeah, it's
they've no
quantum
fucking clue.
physics, man.
Yeah, I'm here and I'm not here. At the same time.
Pavlov. Sorry, what's that one? Fucking Schrodinger's garden.
Did you just say Schrodinger's?
I certainly did.
I love it.
I freaked out because I said a completely different name and then yeah.
Yeah, all right, you have to work on that one. That you got to trademark that one, Schrodinger's cat. It sounds like a Jewish black person. All right, let's go.
You seem quite reasonable. I'd rather speak with you. Like, you two, I don't know, like,
You two what?
what's going on, like.
You were asked a question while you were recording. And private.
Okay, is it an offence?
To record private vehicles.
I haven't been able to make out any private
No,
vehicles.
really. Who are we going by? You saying that?
But regardless, they can be
No,
filmed.
Sorry, it's safety as well.
It's safety. What are you afraid of?
No
Carl?
laws. No laws, by the way. Not one has been cited.
Nope. Because there are none. Other than these animals barking fucking orders because they feel slightly uncomfortable. But it's okay to stop a member of the public and demand details, intimidate them, get in their face, assault them. And like his first introduction or his second introduction to the guard was the guy who assaulted him, ran off in a huff because he realised he didn't have anything, went inside to fucking Google something, then spoke to these lads and said, listen, go out there and sort that chap out for me. Would you please?
CCTV cameras
It's
film everyone's
safety.
private
It's
cars.
safety.
Okay, I'm not
Okay,
here to.
So we're working in it like for security and safety. Okay, so there is an issue around recording our private vehicles and our reg numbers. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what purpose you're going to be using this for. Exactly.
Just for my own recreation.
No, for what? We have an issue with regards to that. I have an issue with my.
It's not a security risk.
It is.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Who says you? A complete stranger who won't give over any of your information.
Yeah. Doesn't have to.
She's completely departed her role as a Garda, acting in that capacity, and she's just become, I don't know, a drunk bitch you come across on a Saturday night out in the town that you know picks a fight with you out of nowhere. That's her. And you know what? I'll hand it to them. Yeah, there is a security problem. You know, identifying, this car, that car, those are driven by Garda, keep an eye out for them, But, it's not fucking illegal.
Yeah, but realistically, like, if you wanted to fucking... Right, if you want to find out, who a guard is, which car they belong to, you would park across the road in your own car, wait until you see him coming out, follow him home, and discover where he lives. You wouldn't be like, okay, well, I'll just make a recording, and then I'll gain access to the DVLA database. I'll hack the DVLA database and see what match it comes up with. Give me a fucking break, man. And then to arrive outside the Garda station in plain view with a camera to record registrations. So, and again, if you don't want anybody to see the registrations, and if you've nothing to fear, surely you've nothing to hide, just put up a fucking gate that doesn't have bars, It wouldn't be difficult. It's not like you don't have access to money and you steal it off the fucking taxpayer. And then put a gate up there where you can't have visible access into the car park, That fucking simple. But it must be very stressful if you're going around with that level of paranoia every moment of the fucking day, man. It's not healthy.
I need to give over my information.
Oh, we know.
I'm expressing my
God knows
rights.
what you're linked to. Do you know what I mean? So my point is,
Linked to what?
I don't want my personal vehicle reg being anywhere.
It's not going to be
You
anywhere,
don't
don't
have
worry.
my authority. Yeah, I have what? A stranger's word for that.
Okay, well, you have to go on based on what you know. Not everyone is.
Everything. You don't have a right.
I'm not a
to
criminal.
Bill of
Like, you can't just suspect
Did
me.
I say you were? But we don't know who you are.
Well,
Yeah, and
you
I'm
can't
saying
treat
you do
everyone
not-
as a suspect.
You do not have the right to record our
Well,
own.
technically
private
I do.
vehicle. No, you don't. It's private spot. You do not. You do
Cameras
not.
can-
You do not. That's different. You do not. You're a private person. You do not have a right to record private reg and use them for whatever purposes. You don't. So go back and look up your legislation.
Which legislation?
God, cunt, like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's wicked in bed, but,
I-
I've nothing to do with it otherwise.
No, yeah, you could only pound that into submission. That's the only way that it would work with fucking her. Like, she is a cunt. She thinks she's, she thinks she's in her home. Like, she thinks somebody's, come into her front garden, is taking a shit on the lawn, and she's come out, enraged. But no, you're at work, E84, and you're supposed to behave in a professional and courteous manner, and not just, pull random shit out of your ass because you're what? Cocaine-induced paranoia. Where it's like, what does he want the reg for? What's he going to do? Is he going to follow me home? Fuck.
Blue steel. That's what our chatter says.
You okay?
Right, yeah, you.
Yeah. Would you mind identifying yourself?
Sorry, well, I
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Guard.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, man.
I mean, he's quick,
He's not quick. He's a dope. Like, sorry, I can't hear you. What did you say? I beg your pardon. I don't speak English. Like, he's just an ignorant, thick cunt. He's a bully who's been stood up to, essentially. And once you stand up to them, they go into shock, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, still circling him. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, they like to get behind your
I
back.
said I like your phone, it's nice.
Yeah, and he's looking for the guy to react. He's looking for the guy
Yeah.
to push him away or
Yeah.
anything. As soon as he lays hands on him, well, then he
That's
has
it.
grounds
Provocation.
to, bring him to the ground, beat him to a pulp, drag him inside.
Where'd
Thanks.
you get it?
It's an iPhone.
An iPhone.
Yeah.
What type of iPhone?
iPhone
my
XR.
God.
Can you just leave me alone? Like, I feel a
But I'm
little
in
bit
my
harassed.
workplace. I'm entitled to do whatever I want in my workplace.
No, you're not.
Well, no, well, technically you're not. Like,
I am actually. It's part
we're
of the
in a
station.
public place.
Yeah.
You're just kind of coming up to me, circling me, surrounding me.
Oh, as I
Like,
said, it's a nice phone. I'm thinking of getting one myself. You see.
so you're not trying to intimidate me.
No.
Yeah, how about this?
Have you ever seen anything like this in your entire fucking life? Like,
Again, in school. That's it. All right?
Yeah.
That's it. I've been to fucking halting sites, man. And knackers behave themselves better than this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for offense I've caused to the traveling community. You're all cool, but, you're still knackers. I mean, what? You sell horses, big deal.
Yeah. There's slightly more aggressive than the average citizen. But these fucking guys, man, Jesus. At least with a knacker, you know where you stand because you get a punch in the head straight away. So you know what's what. But they don't intimidate you like this fucking guy. Like,
From me to you.
A gift.
It's an iPhone 8, yeah. If I give you this, will you leave me alone?
But I'm not doing that with
You said you wanted a phone. Here, take this phone.
yeah, please take it. Please take it. Then we could do you for bribery.
Sorry?
Take this phone.
Oh no, I don't want any of your property. So
Okay.
No. I couldn't deprive you of your phone. Why do you have two phones?
Yeah, deprive you of your rights, but not your fucking phone, huh?
Yeah.
That's nice.
But how can we proceed? Like, can we find a resolution? Like,
She's so unpleasant, like so fucking unpleasant.
Yeah.
I can't just stop recording.
Why can you not stop recording?
Because this is part of like a civil rights thing. I can't just concede to what you're saying.
It's not considered.
Just the trouble thinking, civil rights? Oh,
Short circuit.
yeah, let's go back there. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I hate this woman.
I can't just stop recording.
Why can you not stop recording?
Because this is part of like a civil rights thing. I can't just concede to what you're saying.
It's not conceding to what we're saying. So what's your plan? To stand here all day?
No.
How much voltage do you need? My right is the first thing there. I told you I don't want to be filmed. You told you don't want to be filmed. So you're not respecting any of that.
If you're in public, you don't have any.
I do have
Any rights.
rights.
Not.
Just the girlfriend that can't let it go. What did he say? Sorry.
I've got to bring it back to you. Like this is...
Use your direction keys, man.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Does it
No,
work?
no.
Aw,
No,
fuck. All right.
Okay, so this is the final projection from Piggy.
All right.
This
Judge.
is the typical bully. He even looks like a fucking school bully. He's a
He
big
does. He looks
fat
7
kid
in
who's-
that car.
Yeah, he's fucking 2 foot taller than everybody else.
Yeah, I call him Judge Bread.
Any rights. Not.
He said it's called humanity.
Wow.
Yeah, so the
After
projection.
that fucking display.
Yeah, pure projections on there. He's now accusing this man of being inhumane after he just acted completely inhumanely. So let's listen to what else he has to say. What else will he tell us about himself?
Ooh.
Actually do have rights.
Yeah, I know.
And you're not showing any respect or dignity towards our humanity.
Towards what?
You're not showing any dignity or respect towards our community. He's not showing dignity or respect towards the guards. So, and of course, he's showing no respect or dignity towards this man.
Yeah.
But he expects it purely because he's a guard, that you must bow down, you must comply, give me everything I demand from you, because I am the law.
Listen, if the camera's upsetting you, then that's on you. Like,
It's not on us.
it's just like the feelings,
You
please.
just put it in front of you. So
Yeah,
why
but that's
is
a
it
little
any
bit different, isn't it?
No, it's not.
You're a hypocrite if you've shown no respect and no humanity.
Oh my god. These aren't laws!
But it's bullshit. Like, he has shown respect. Like, he hasn't spat in your face like
Yeah.
he fucking should. He's shown humanity. He's trying to tell you that he hasn't broken any law, that he's entitled to his rights to remain intact.
Yeah.
And the only person who's being disrespectful, really, is this big fat pig this crazy bitch. The other guy's being perfectly respectful because he's just he stayed in the car, you know.
Yeah.
And I think he knows better, and genetically he looks a little bit more advanced
Yeah.
than the fat guy. Yeah, and he's being inhumane.
Absolutely.
He's disregarding the man's human rights, and the guy's been nothing but fucking pleasant, you know.
Yeah, really, a gent. Our friend in the chat says there's other police officers who would have ended this much quicker. Yes, like that's I think like 90% of the fucking auditing videos in Britain that there's a bit of a thing going on, then maybe it might get out of hand, but most of the time it's like, oh yeah, okay, let's just get the fuck out of here and he'll go away.
Yeah, and in fairness to with the auditing videos, we're only going to see the interesting, let's call them interesting,
yes,
confrontations. And this guy did mention that he's visited a lot of Garda stations in Ireland, well, maybe 5 or 6, and generally his interactions have been fine. The guards don't have a problem. He's gone into Tala Guard station, which amazed me because I've issues with the guards in Tala. But he went in, said he was here to film. They said, yeah, no problem. You could just walk around. Just make sure you don't go down here. You don't go down there. But I imagine that's only because somebody else at some stage has done the same thing,
Yeah. And that's the point, is that they get used to it and they're like, yeah, okay, let them off.
Yeah. Yeah, so you keep the fuckers honest.
Yeah.
Because if you don't,
yep.
Case in point, this is what they become. This is what they actively hire for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if citizens don't keep them honest, well then, they essentially have impunity to do what they want. And it takes a guy from the UK to come over here and show this. So maybe if they are recruiting from the new arrivals, it may not be the worst thing in the world.
No.
Especially if they're Muslim, like they might have, some regard for fairness. But I doubt it.
Fucking moral integrity. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, hopefully, Right, let's close this out.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, if the park's standing there in the rain, not this out.
Okay, I will.
Oh, bitch!
Yeah, and if I find you outside you filming any private vehicle registered, it'll be a different story.
Oh!
Yeah, it'll be a different story. What does that mean exactly? It'll be a different story. But we won't have a nice, pleasant chat like we just had. Like, how can you escalate it from here? What does that imply? A beating?
Armed response unit.
Yeah.
Shoot on sight.
Yeah, I thought he was already doing that. If you catch him doing it, but he wasn't doing it now. Fuck, man.
Okay.
Now go walk of shame. What a bitch.
Oh, he has to get another word in. No.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, we'll
Now
stop
see what happened there, right?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Judge Bread put down the window.
Did you call him Judge Bread?
Yeah.
Perfect.
But the driver, right? Because the driver has control of the front windows. He just said, "Nope, that's not happening." Back up.
Oh fuck, man.
That was a trip, man.
No kidding.
Wow.
Like, this is the power of cameras, man. I know we don't like them. Nobody likes being, recorded about your daily business, but the cameras are everywhere. If that's going to be the case, well, then we have to, as citizens, have cameras. And everybody has one, the ability to record, or almost everybody in their pocket. And we need to get to a stage where everybody feels comfortable holding a camera up to people who are behaving in an inappropriate fashion. And then eventually we won't need them, because we'll come to an agreement one way or the other that we should really respect each other, especially public servants, because they are servants of the public. But that seems to be somehow lost in translation. And these guys are the road police as well. Hardly shocking. Road police are the worst kind of fucking police to deal with.
Land sharks.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to stay out of Irish Town. Altogether, to avoid that fuck. But yeah, we can only imagine.
I'd have a pint in that place across the street, though.
Yeah, maybe. And there's the old number if you ever need the guards. 1-800 Satan 111.
Oh man, that's a trip. I never got over that one. 666 and the Garda number. Like, why not 999? I mean, that's, the number we're used to dialing, right?
Yeah, I don't
But
fucking
it has
know.
to be
And then-
666.
Yeah, and then if we look at the reg, if we take that 9,
Oh.
turn it upside down, it's a 6. And 3 plus 3 is also 6, and 5 plus 1 is 6 as well. So, it's all there in plain view if you see it. But shocking behaviour, absolutely fucking shocking behaviour from the Irish Guards. And I think I might put in a complaint about that fat pig. Because that video needs to go far and wide. Like, everyone in Ireland needs to see that fucking video, man. It's disgraceful behaviour, absolutely disgraceful behaviour. All right, so that's our introduction to auditing.
All right.
We will cover other videos in the future, maybe 1 or 2 more. That should do it. And then we shall become the auditors, and we'll see how we get on our travels around the country, interacting with all these types of people. Like, so we'll try and stay away from the guards initially. Don't really feel comfortable going into guard stations and filming and the likes of that. But we will do something around it. Maybe we'll go to the Garda headquarters in the Phoenix Park or something like that. Can't fly there because, it's a restricted flight zone. But we'll have many adventures in the future, and we will hold these people to account. And along the way, I'm sure we'll learn more than enough about ourselves, and hopefully we'll held to account too. If by no one else, then our listeners and viewers. So that's our path forward. So and we might have the ability to live stream as well. So
yeah, looking forward
it's
to
going to
that.
be lots of adventures ahead.
Yeah, I can't wait now after seeing that video.
Yeah, so maybe we should go to Irishtown first.
Yeah.
We're going to make a complaint, a live stream complaint, and see what happens.
Oh my God, our listener, he cracked the code. 9 minus 3 equals 6. It's all there.
It's all there. If only we would look. Okay, now I have to relax, get all this adrenaline out of my system before we go to sleep. And,
about 12 hours from now.
Yeah, I know. I've got a fucking my son's communion is in the morning as well, like so.
Oh yeah.
Great fun. My crazy ex is coming down as well.
Oh jeez. Okay.
Yeah, so she failed. She couldn't manage to book a hotel for some unknown reason. So she sent me a text. Can I stay in your house?
No. Why does she think that's even within like the same galaxy of possibilities? I don't get that, man.
I don't fucking know. So I just made it clear, no.
All right.
No, that's not going to happen ever.
I'd have just said, well, I've got a tent.
No, just no. It's that simple. No, we need to learn to say fucking no.
Yeah.
Be explicit with all these fucking crazy people.
Well, we'll get loads of fucking practice with that when we're out auditing.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding. Yeah, so we'll give details. So we have our YouTube channel set up. Well, the beginning of it set up.
Yeah.
And we'll have lots of outlets, and hopefully I can escape the world of drudgery that is everyday work. So yeah, we have a plan.
Great. Yeah.
We have a clear vision, and
yeah. Do we want to give out the name of the channel now?
Yeah, sure. So Auditing Era. You probably won't be able to find it on YouTube straight away.
It'll come up.
I've yet to sort out the tags and that, and all that kind of shite. Like, so
Right.
I'm not very familiar with it. But all that will be sorted, and then once the content starts going up, well, then it will be we'll become live, and we'll do the shorts and all that kind of stuff, and we'll set up a Facebook page and Instagram, and we with a bit of luck, we'll have some sponsors, which will be fucking hilarious if it pans out like I hope it will. But that'll be another story for a different day. Yeah, and we'll name our drone as well. So you have to give the drone a name. that will either come through sponsorship or maybe our listeners can give us some suggestions on what we should call the drone. Failing that, we'll name it something. We'll call her Evie or something like that, or who knows.
Well, yeah, we could make something out of that. Yeah, that's a good call. We'll make it special. Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's actually really hard to find this fucking channel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually fucking impossible. They actually give you a million more things. Well, no, like 10 things that aren't even connected to the search terms. And then there's a more. Oh no, it says no more results. I thought it said more results, and I was like, how come I can't click this? I need fucking sleep. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's close the show down. Okay,
right.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Thanks for joining.
We'll post the Twitchy thing or whatever it is you do with that, and join us next week. We'll have more adventures. So we may stick. I think we'll visit AB next week. We'll do the two of them. AB, a short one from AB, and a short one from DJ Audits as well.
Cool. I look forward to it. I love their personalities and the way it shines through. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's great because they're honourable guys and they're intelligent guys and fearless, and that's what we need more of. I think they should be really guards. Like that's the kind of guard you'd want. Someone who knows the law, knows what honour is, and is fair and reasonable. And that's not much to really ask for, is it? From a public fucking servant. I don't think we're asking for much, really.
Nope. All right. Good night, folks.
Good night.